These people say shocking things that border on offensive in order to entertain their audience.
I refuse to sit here and think that radio has to be nice. Why? Why does radio, out of any other medium, have to be nice? We are being now held to a standard where we have to be nice and make people feel good. Go screw!
Radio bad boys, Opie and Anthony.
Controversial radio personalities, Opie and Anthony.
Infamous DJs, Opie and Anthony.
Talk show radio hosts, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony.
What?
Hold on. Whose fault was that delay?
No.
Oh, is it?
What do you mean,
correct,
right?
open, humiliated.
What do you mean right in front of me?
When you just end like that, I had to type.
Dude, I looked at you and went, boom, like go.
That was sloppy.
If you had to say a celebrity that you most resemble, who would you say?
Jodie Foster?
If she ate the real Jodie Foster. Silence of the Hams.
This is where entertainment is going.
I do not touch that. The only things that may touch that is toilet paper and baby wipes.
I am right now.
Oh my God.
They are sick freaks. How close did you get to having relations with the dog?
You have to put oven mitts on all the German shepherds so they don't scratch and wash up.
It's time for people to understand these are words. If you don't like them, turn the dial.
Enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
That intro makes us chuckle.
Oven mitts. Damn you, Jimmy.
They do that in those awful movies to keep the people from getting scratched up. The German shepherd has to have mitts on because they get so excited they'll just grab the person and pull up their sides.
The old dew claw.
Cute animal. Have kibbles and bits. He's got mitts on behind a person. It's happening. My friends are laughing at me.
Walking around doing that horrible shaking of foot every time they take a step. Not understanding.
And here we are.
Hey.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Good morning.
Coming at you.
Morning.
Morning to everybody. Phone number 877-212-ONA.
We love taking your calls
They have begun calling already.
on our program.
They don't got much to say, but they're calling already. Rob in New Jersey, what's up, buddy?
Morning, guys. How are you?
Real good, Rob.
It's awful chilly out today, huh?
Yeah, it's awfully chilly this morning.
Yeah.
It's winter, yeah.
How are your nights?
My night was pretty good. I shed almost a tear watching the finale of Kid Nation.
God, I missed the finale of Kid Nation.
If you need to know.
Oh, wait a minute. That's right. I don't care. Oh, whew. That was close.
Just a little bit of almost a tear. I was like kind of welling up, and then I was able to control my emotion. And my, yes, thank you, E-Rock. My niece's very good friend, Sophia, won $50,000 last night on Kid Nation.
She was the big winner?
She got an extra big gold star.
Yeah, so she won?
They were giving out gold stars all season long that were worth like $20,000. Last night they gave away $50,000 gold stars. And Sophia, Kelly's friend down there in Orlando, won one of the big $50,000 gold stars.
Well, they got to take these things to smelters or something and melt them down. What are they going to do with these gold stars?
Hey, man, they were living in
take it to Toys R Us and just lay it on the counter.
They were living in an old mining town.
Yeah,
like a deserted mining town. I don't know. It was like the Old West. They'll figure it out.
Were they all upset to leave each other?
Yeah,
a lot of hugging and crying.
Yeah, that's what got me a little bit.
Aww.
Because I've gone to like.
Why don't you sit down in that seat right there and tell me about it?
Well, probably
have some lemonade.
It brought me back to being a kid, and you go to camp or something, and you hang out with these people for like a week, 2 weeks, and you think like.
You went through the Nam together.
Yeah, and it's just a week of playing, dumb sports and canoeing and crap,
and making pottery on days it rains.
And then your parents come, and then you say goodbye, and even as a little kid, you realize, oh, no, I'll never see these people again. I'm real sad.
I'm real sad. Yeah.
I'm extremely sad. I don't know what this means. But if you really step back and think about it, especially if you went to camp as a kid, it was only a stupid week in your life Who cares if you don't see these people ever again?
I went to summer camp, so it was longer than that. It was like...
You got to go all summer?
Yeah, it was pretty much the whole summer at what was called the Paul Bunyan Day Camp.
Ew.
When I was living in Central Islip. Paul Bunyan Day Camp. Babe the Blue Ox.
Wait, was it on Long Island?
Yeah.
So you didn't even get to go away?
No, we had to take a bus there, but it was just like, it wasn't that far. It was in the middle of the woods somewhere, and the counselors were all a bunch of, like, pot-smoking dope fiends.
So you took a bus a couple exits down the highway to camp? That's not going to summer camp. You have to go over a bridge and start going up the mountains and stuff.
No, we came home every day.
Ew.
It was day camp.
You didn't even get to sleep over with all your hormones going crazy in your body?
No. I think I was a little young for the hormone things going crazy, but
oh my God.
It was it was day camp. So we take a bus there and then they bus us back.
That's summer camp for poor people.
For poor people, we tend to live in clusters.
Right.
Yeah, it was real boring too. Like after the first week, they ran out of stuff for us to do, and we didn't have it wasn't a cool camp with like canoeing and archery and things you see at like cool camps. It was pretty much you either played softball or like soccer or kickball outside, or when it rained, they took you inside where you made like ashtrays out of clay.
Yeah.
And that was it. Nothing fun about it.
That's retard camp.
It really was. My mother just sent us there because she wanted to like have fun a summer, and she didn't want the kids around.
What do you mean by have fun?
Probably have sex with multiple partners. I have no idea. I don't know what she was into back then. She was being groovy in her culottes. I don't know. It was, yeah. So she just, sent us all off to day camp. That was that. It sucked.
I did a little of that day camping too in Centerport. Camp Alvernia, I think it was called. I don't know.
The one on the lake, down by the lake.
Well, on the harbor there in Centerport.
I think it was Moose Lake. It's closer, so I made that assumption. Yeah, the one that's right by the lake there with the because that's one that they like. It's a camp for nannies, I think, au pairs.
I don't know. This is going
right by
back.
Centerport. I used to take my jet ski by there, and they would all lay out topless because that's what they did in Europe, and they were all from like Sweden and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So they'd lay out there, and you saw nothing but like these puttering jet skis doing circles. And I was one of them. Thing could do like 60 miles an hour on the water, and I'm just doing
like a mile and a half
in front of this place.
Of course you got to. Of course you have to.
Place is legendary.
Remember back in the day when we were working at NEW, Ben discovered that the Parker Meridian, the roof pool.
The rooftop pool.
Because a lot of Europeans stay there. They would sunbathe in the nude, basically. With maybe a tiny, tiny little thing down here. But they were definitely topless, and we would go there and just eat lunch and watch Babe sunbathe.
They just don't realize. They think they're in Europe, where no one cares or pays attention.
To them, they were wearing bathing suits. To us, it was a holy S moment.
Yeah.
Every afternoon when it was sunny out here in New York City, we'd instead of show prepping, because people think that we used to show prep. We never.
No.
For the most part, we've never show prepped. That's crazy. We would spend an hour up there just having lunch, and for some reason they never kicked us out, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, nice.
We'd pull up a table with our dumb sandwiches and watch, European babes sunbathing, topless. It was awesome.
It is fun when they're kind of out of place.
I tried doing that a couple of years ago, going back up there because of 9/11. Now you can't get up to the roof without the key and this and that. It's all sorts of security things going on.
Permits to get up there. I don't know what the hell the deal is.
So they took my topless boobies away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid 9/11 messing up my topless boobie thing.
I went to camp when I was a boy. My mother sent me to camp when I was 13. I didn't want to go. And I remember we were such dorks that one of the guys thought it'd be cool if we all pretended we were dead when the counselor came in. So we all laid out like we were dead.
What was wrong with you?
I don't know. It wasn't my idea. I just played along.
You just did not have a normal childhood, Jimmy.
So
you guys were playing dead because you heard the rumors of this guy touching kids, probably, and that was the only way you could think
play dead.
Yeah, play dead, so he didn't violate you.
No, he was young. He was like 16 or 17. He was young dude. He wasn't like one of those guys that just up for the summer trying.
And how old were you?
13.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Summer creep.
Perfect for the hormones that are raging through your body.
But you what did he come in and wake you up every morning?
No, but I forget what he walked in and we all just pretended we were dead. Like, what?
Did it work?
No.
Of course it didn't.
We should have been. Oh, watch out. These guys are nuts.
Did you put ketchup around your neck or something?
I think someone did do that. Not on my neck, but yeah, it was like
no.
we were
and what did he
posing
do?
hacks.
What did he do? Just dip his lunch into the kid's neck?
No, the worst.
For a little extra ketchup?
The worst sound was when he walked in, you heard the of the screen door, and he looked around, and then just and he walked out.
It was nothing.
No.
And you thought it was going to be so cool when he went, oh my God, they're dead.
But there was just nothing.
Nothingness.
No, the dorks had to just get up and go, all right, well, had no impact.
So Kid Nation ended with kids just crying and saying goodbye forever. And they all knew. They're like, we'll never see each other again.
They'll have a reunion show or something, hopefully.
And, well, I was kind of hoping for the reunion show. You know, when these reality shows end, it's followed by the reunion show. Not last night. No reunion show for this Kid Nation.
No?
I want to see what these kids are about.
They're all like, well, that was done about 15 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, they'll have their reunion show.
Let's
have them be on the dope.
And then
the other ones will be on the pole.
And then, of course, they'll have to show you the kids that died.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Because it's the real world.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. They'll follow these kids for the next 5 or 6 years. This kid got arrested for drugs. This kid is doing this. This kid is dead. This kid's pregnant.
Yeah.
They're going to spoil the innocence that was Kid Nation.
Aw.
Let's say hi to Scott on Long Island. What's up, Scott?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey.
Hey, I went to that Paul Bunyan death camp myself.
Oh, you did?
I did, and it was no picnic. And, Anthony, don't you BS. You know it was no picnic.
Well, I know.
What do you have to add to this?
The instructors, they'd throw you in a pool, whether you knew how to swim or not. If you didn't, if you didn't get to the front and back, you wouldn't get no lunch. They'd throw you in the woods and they'd take off and leave you in there for hours.
Hey, yeah, that happened to me.
Oh, yeah, it happened to everybody.
It really was terrible. I got tied to a tree, and then this big fat counselor took his big meaty paw and smacked my stomach till he gave me pink belly, where you just go bam, 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 and then left me tied to the tree.
That's what you remember from that incident.
Yeah,
you blocked out everything else.
I hope so.
You
hope
blocked it
stays.
out.
I hope it stays repressed forever.
Wait, why did you do that?
Because they were all a bunch of. I'd use the scum word, and that's what they were. They were just a bunch of lowlives that were put in charge of these kids at the day camp.
Well, who else is going to do that job in the summer?
I know.
Like cool kids were like lifeguarding and caddying and doing all that other stuff that was kind of cool.
It was a crap day camp that had the worst counselors ever. I remember that guy. He was like, I think he was Russian or something. And he had this big, like, meaty wrestler hand. Big fat mitt. And he just, like, smashed me in the stomach as I was tied to a tree. He tied me to a tree.
Did you tell your mother?
Yeah.
What'd she do?
She didn't care. She had a date. She was wild back then. Wild, I tell you.
Probably with him.
She probably paid him to do that to you. All right, thank you, Scott.
All right, sorry to bring up some bad memories, but
Oh, yeah, thanks.
It's
Paul
all
Bunyan Death
good.
Camp. They called it the Paul Bunyan Death Camp.
Yeah,
we arrived in boxcars.
Let's say good afternoon to Cleveland. What's up, Ray?
How you doing, boys?
Hey, man.
Hello, Jimmy. How you doing? Can't wait to see you on the 29th of February.
Thank you, buddy.
Wanted to call you for, of course, it's Anthony's favorite day of the week. Call Thursday.
Day before Friday? Oh, no, phone call Thursday.
We really did try to get rid of Phone Call Thursday, but the listeners will will not allow it.
You know why? It's the
They will not
easiest
allow it.
way to them for them to contribute without having any creativity whatsoever.
Yeah.
So they come to the phone in droves to just say, happy phone call Thursday, because they got nothing.
Anything else there, Ray?
Yeah, also, I used to go to a day camp out here in a suburb of Cleveland, and it was the worst camp I've ever been to in my entire life. The counselors had no control of the kids. They thought they did, but they never did. You had counselors picking on kids, putting them down, all that stuff. So I really relate to what Anthony's saying about, like, camps and stuff.
I think we all pretty much went to a camp growing up.
Oh, yeah.
And why you didn't need to control the kids. Let them be. Let them be wild.
I used to
It's
get in
camp.
fights all the time.
Camp.
Huh?
I used to fight all the time with kids. It was amazing.
Yeah, there were a lot of fights. There were, it was a bunch of kids being bussed from Central Islip to this Paul Bunyan day camp. So there was a lot of trouble, a lot of racial trouble back then.
Even when you were like 12?
Dude, it was Central Islip.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and we'd be on the bus, and it was just like the black kids controlled the bus.
At 12 years old?
Yeah, little skinny white kids. We're just sitting there like, oh, boy, don't mouth off. Don't mouth off. Oh, why did I get smacked in the face? I didn't say a word. I didn't even eyeball them.
You would get smacked?
Yeah. Occasionally, you just as one guy was walking by, you get smacked in the face, and they'd all laugh and go, yeah! as they walked.
Sorry.
As they walked to the back of the bus, oddly enough, they had the freedom to sit wherever they want, but wanted to sit in the back so they could pull shenanigans on the poor little white children of Central Iceland.
Face?
Yeah.
That's a lot of slapping
I
stories
just
in your childhood.
walked by. I was constantly being slapped and crying. That was my whole childhood.
Poor Anthony.
Poor me. Thank you, Jimmy.
Basically a punching bag.
I was so just abused.
It does explain a lot, though.
The mental abuse. And then,
we're finally seeing where the seed was planted, Jimmy.
And I have so many, regrets that I remember in my head, little moments that probably could have been happy moments that I just didn't do the right thing or something. I was in Central Islip, and it was a lot of racial trouble. I guess it was during the early 70s, and the races weren't getting along very well back then, and blacks were coming out onto the this new sense of empowerment, and it was time to get back at Whitey.
Yep.
So us white kids kind of had to stick together and everything, but we never did. We never could. And then I remember one time there was a little white girl named her name was Dawn. It was kind of grossed me out a little because that's my sister's name. It's nothing worse than being in love or lust with a girl that's the same name as your sister.
I've said just the opposite.
And in Jimmy's case, it allows him to just relive the fond memories.
Nothing better.
And I would just I was telling people how I really liked this girl, and I guess the word got back to her, and I was sitting at my desk, and we had this thing where we all had to make these little kind of like a little scenery thing of Thanksgiving or something. So I made little pilgrims and everything and set them up and glued them to some construction paper and did a whole nice thing. And then they brought in other classes to kind of look around at our thing. So I'm sitting at my desk all proud of my thing. And this girl, Dawn, comes by and she looks at me, and she must have gotten word that I liked her, because she looked at my stupid little construction paper thing and then looked up at me and gave me this smile. And I swear, I had to be probably 9 years old at the time, but the smile she gave me, I still remember. It was it sent like chills down my spine. And I was like, oh my God, oh Jesus. And she kind of looked at me a little more when she walked away to the next person's stupid display. That was probably a friggin' bodega or a crack dealer. So I was sitting there thinking this is great, and I'm going to talk to her. Dude, I never mustered up the balls to say a word to her. And then it was just, she goes along her merry way. I had that one moment of a smile, and I was like, It's 80,000 years later, and I'm still regretting not talking to this girl at 9 years old.
Where's she at now?
Probably dating one of the black guys.
Absolutely. Well, she's probably dating a pilgrim. That had such an impact on her.
I turned her off to white kids. No go get 'em gumption idiot that I was.
But that might have changed your life. See, the good thing was if you would have talked to her, you might have dated her and then had self-worth, and you never would have been funny. You wouldn't have needed to be funny. That might have changed the course of your life.
You might be right.
That little dumb kid might have wrecked
you.
And
you would have had 5 kids by now, too.
It could have been. They could have changed. You know, that is odd that there's that little, that might have been one of those forks in the road in your life. And another situation happened in California, and I talked about this one a while back when I was in school, and this girl, very cute girl, was at her locker, and she's bent down getting her stuff, and some douche just kicked the locker door and hit her square in the head, and she started crying. And I was like 3 lockers away, and all I wanted to do was go over there and comfort this crying girl that got her head smashed by the locker. And again, just what a pussy. I couldn't muster up the confidence that a girl that just got her head smashed, that if I gave her a little comfort, she wouldn't just reject me. So I'm sitting there, and should I go? Moment over, idiot. Just shut your locker, go to class, and regret it for 50,000 years.
Are you having a nervous breakdown?
No,
okay.
No. This is the stuff that keeps you from having a nervous breakdown. You just vent it all out. It's just memories of your childhood that, like, don't go away. And for some reason, it's odd that they stay with you so vividly for so long.
But those are the things that made... See, here's the
it
thing.
Makes you who you are.
Makes you who you are, because then now the way to get the girl is make her laugh. Is do this. So that stuff kind of goes into making you, that stupid, that big-headed chick at the locker who probably deserved it, and the one who would have hated you after 2 dates anyway. Not talking to them did change the course. That made you who you are. You never would have been as funny as you are if you had that kind of self-esteem. There would have been no need for you to be funny.
Guess so.
If the girls liked you because you had cute hair, you would have just relied on your stupid hairdo.
Just let him vent, though, man.
Of course I would vent, but I mean, I relate to him.
He's finally venting, getting this out.
Yeah.
Getting all this crap out.
It's just, and
had an awful childhood, let's be honest.
There's so many stories like that. But I just,
sorry
you know
to
what
ask
it was,
Mom,
though? But I wanted to have a really good, fun childhood, so I did, like, with myself and a few friends and stuff. Like, I think of a lot of times that I enjoyed. I had a lot of fun growing up as a kid.
Did you ever enjoy your dad?
But they were punctuated by... Yeah, I enjoyed my dad a lot, but with this reservation, with this impending doom feeling. Because it was just like, being around him was a lot of fun, but there was always this element of danger. Like, I always felt like I could be killed at any moment. Either killed in a horrific drunken wreck, or shot accidentally, or starved to death, or thrown from a horse. There was always just this element of danger that he felt in order to make me the guy he wanted me to be. He had to put me through this training course that put me on the brink of death many times. So it was kind of odd. But I definitely enjoyed
11?
it. 12 through 16,
Man.
Around those years.
I was thinking of your dad when you were talking about that Thanksgiving display.
Mm-hmm.
How long did that last when you brought it home?
Oh, who knows? He was probably having sex with his Gumar up in Connecticut.
What a mess.
Jesus. What's the matter, Joey? Because he used to fill vending machines. That was his job.
Sure.
It's like, where were you? Oh, Connecticut. I don't remember your roots being up in Connecticut. I had to pick some stuff up. Oh, did you?
Why did it take 2 days?
Joey, don't think I'm stupid, Joey. I know what's going on. Shut up, Ro. I got a stomach ache. Could you stop and tend to my tummy? No, we can't. Dad's having sex in Connecticut, and Mom's pissed.
You'd fake injuries to get love and stop the fight.
Oh, it was always a stomach ache. I never had a new one. I never had a new good one. It was always, I got a stomach ache.
That's the worst.
No, you don't.
That's the worst thing to tell a father, by the way, that you have a stomach ache.
I have a stomach ache.
You can tell your mom you got a stomach ache, but your father doesn't want to hear you got that lame stomach ache thing.
It's a stomach ache, and
because men don't get stomach aches.
It was a tummy ache, and he would turn around and go, "You don't have a stomach ache," and you wish you could just like project yourself as an adult into that kid to go, yeah, you're right, I don't. I said I have a stomach ache because you two are ruining me. You're just yelling. It doesn't end. It doesn't stop. Could you just leave each other so we can grow up in an environment not filled with hate? There. My stomach's fine. Put the Pepto away, Mom. The stomach's fine. You two are jackasses, and you're destroying your children.
That was 30 some odd years ago. You really should get over it. You really should just get over it.
But I have a question.
Wow.
I want to ask Dawn.
Seemed like yesterday when I was saying it.
No kidding.
Now, you saw this girl after she smiled at you. Did you see her in the hallway all the time and then just be afraid to walk up to her?
Yeah. I didn't even make eye contact after that.
Well, that's normal crap, though.
Dude, it might be normal crap, but everybody's an individual. So to me, it was like...
It's not normal. But
then there was... What was her name? Oh, my God. Diane, I think, or Denise or something. And she was in the apartment complex that I lived in Central Islip. And we went down in the basement and kissed in the basement.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool, you know? First time I ever did that with a little girl. And then she takes off, and then I see her with this kid named Keith doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's just normal
like,
crap. Dude,
you little slut.
But it adds up.
Yeah, but it's normal crap to be scared to talk to a girl when you're growing up. I used to follow this girl home from when I was in junior high. I had a massive crush on this girl. I don't want to say her name. I would follow her home. I would keep my distance, and it wasn't like I was stalking her because a lot of people walked home.
I want to know her name.
No way.
Why? It's her first name only, of course, but what's her name?
No, it's all right.
It's not Frank, is it?
No, it's not Frank. And I was never brave enough to walk, completely up to her. I would keep my distance, and the whole time I'm like, come on, you could do it. I would have these conversations with myself. You could do it. And I would start walking a little faster. I'd get a little closer, still pretty far away, still a couple 100 feet away. And then I'd back off and have almost like a panic attack. And I never told this girl how much I liked her.
Yeah.
Never did it. But I followed her home for a long time.
See, you remember those things.
Oh, yeah,
and they, like Jimmy said, they all add up to make you the person you are.
But all that's normal crap. We could do an hour on this.
Yeah, but I was constantly doing it. It was a part of my personality that I couldn't make the move. I had no confidence as a kid to interact with girls in that way.
You didn't want to confront anything.
Because
of your parents.
Well, maybe, but I just didn't have any confidence, and I think that was from growing up in like that household.
Probably.
That environment was probably not the most conducive to building a child's confidence. Oof.
All right, we have to take our first break.
No, we can't. I'm in the middle of a crisis.
No,
I want to hear more of this when we get back.
Absolutely. Jimmy, yes.
Very interesting stuff.
Anthony is finally venting, and we'll continue.
I've vented about my stupid childhood for years.
Nah, it's a little different.
Oh, God.
You're like a 13-year-old kid today.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're having a nervous breakdown.
If I was like a 13-year-old kid, I'd be in the bathroom doing what 13-year-old kids do.
By the way, if you're gonna have a nervous breakdown, make sure it's around 7:30 because that's 7:30. That's when we have our biggest audience.
All right.
You will let us know if that lamb takes a look at your little display, won't you?
It's Opie and Anthony. Good morning. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. This has taken on a life of its own, hasn't it?
The important thing, though, is how goddamn good is Metallica.
You could throw How good is it that you could throw retarded Steve in there and it still rocks?
Oh, man, it rocks even more now. Phone number 877-212-0-A. We got Kelly from Michigan. She wants in on this discussion.
Is it a she?
I don't know. Kelly.
The Kelly Leak wasn't.
Kelly.
Good morning, guys.
Yes, it's a she.
She's a broad.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
What's
hey,
up?
You know what? I thought this was the Dr. Phil show.
The Dr. Phil show.
Yeah.
Did I tune into the wrong station?
Well, Ant's venting a little bit.
Oh,
Possibly
geez.
getting close to a nervous breakdown, I'm thinking. And,
I don't think so. I'm just kind of, remembering. And venting. And not even like memories coming out of nowhere. This is stuff I've remembered my whole life. I look back fondly on a lot of it. It's nostalgic. It's very Wonder Years-ish. But,
how it still affects you. So, like, you still get that feeling, like, you'll think about that girl looking at the thing, and that smile still means something.
Oh, it was so sweet and nice.
I was thinking about, the girl I would follow home during the break. And as soon as we went to commercial, I told Jimmy the name. Yes. And then I realized, why didn't I just say the name on the radio?
Yeah.
Her name's, I'm still scared to say it.
No.
And her first name's Ann. But, because I think it brings you right back. Like, oh my God, she might be listening.
Oh, jeez.
I could give a crap.
I got a call.
I could give a crap about this girl I used to follow home, but it brought me right back because Anthony had reminded me of something, and I was scared to say her name because I'm thinking she might be listening to the show, and I don't want to know what she really thinks of me.
Oh. You
it
want
was
to keep
20 some odd years ago or whatever it was.
Keep that in that time capsule where whatever it was.
Right.
How old were you when you followed her home?
Like junior high.
Oh, you were older than like 7 or 8. Okay, you were like.
Oh no, I was like 13.
We followed her home last week.
Yeah, last week. Right. I follow her kids home now. All right, Kelly. Thank you.
You can have.
Yeah, it is time to get over it. So.
Oh, I'm something. The truth of the matter is, I'm really over a lot of stuff. It's just there are kids that went through a hell of a lot worse than I did. These are just childhood moments. Like Ope said, a lot of kids go through the same things, but it affects you and kind of not so much now. You're not sitting there now still freaking out over anything, but it kind of made you who you were. You kind of bounced off of these events when you were growing up and all through your life. You bounce off these events and it kind of guides you down whatever path you end up at the end of. And, those little moments are one thing. And it was directly because I didn't have any confidence to go out and really, assert myself and say, hey, I'm sorry that idiot hit your head on the locker, Let me rub the bump on your head. Aww. You could rub the bump in my...
If it's any consolation, hold on to it. The guys that would have walked up to her and comforted her or smiled back and went, oh, I'm glad you like my little project. And there are plenty of kids like that. Yeah. None of them are funny.
Yeah.
Almost none of them could make anybody laugh.
It's a total lack of confidence that you just have to start making stupid jokes.
It is a desperate reach for love.
It's a plea for attention.
Of course it is. It's like, this is what I have to give you here. But you know what? 35 years later, whatever, it's better to have that than a stupid high school football jacket, which you would have gotten. Who cares? Talking over the glory days. Hey, I ran for 65 against Central. Bunch of douches. So good for you not to say hi to her. Made you who you are.
Central!
Jimmy puts things in such great perspective.
Remember the big win over Central?
Yeah.
Look, man, it's weird. It's like, when I think of the girl that I liked when I was a kid, I still have a feeling for her, but I don't picture her as an adult. I picture her as a third, fourth, and fifth grader. Like I had that little image of her, in the school picture, and that's just how you think. So yeah, it's still very affecting.
Yeah,
there was a girl that I really had a huge crush on growing up, and I did try, and she wouldn't give me the time of day. And then you fast forward to many, many years, and I'm at a high school reunion. And this girl is completely following me around the entire time. Loving my ass. Loving my ass because of who I am now.
Oh.
And I was like, you know what?
She wants the Hughes fortune.
I'm like, you know what? Go F yourself.
Yeah, reunion.
Go F yourself.
How old were you when you liked her?
Honestly, from kindergarten all the way for most of high school.
Oh, okay.
I would keep going back to this one girl, like, wow, man. And we, when we were in kindergarten and grammar school, we would talk. We'd go to each other's house. Nothing big. No kisses, none of that. Never got to that, but always had something for her. And, man, when I went to this high school reunion a few years back, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And I'm like, get lost. You don't think I see this coming?
Do you know that it's how it affects you? This, I was kind of in love with this girl when I was in 4th and 5th grade, whatever. And now I look back on it, and I realize that she didn't like me as much as I liked her. And I remember going to her house one time, and we were going to hang out. And then her and my friend kept going down to the basement, and they're like, just wait up here. So I was like, okay, and I waited up there.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Years later in high school, he told me, like, yeah, that day she and I were downstairs making out. And I got, it was years later. I got so angry. I didn't tell him I got angry because I knew that made me a kook. But I was, like, so angry. And it's like, I don't trust women. And that's probably why.
You were just
the one girl I really liked. All of a sudden, I never want to be the guy that doesn't know.
Right.
Like the guy that's like,
yeah.
Oh my God, I never want to be the guy that has the revelation and realizes he's been made a fool of.
Right.
I look back in that day.
God, you were innocent, Jimmy, and she's downstairs basically losing her virginity, or what would be your virginity at that age.
Oof.
Like stupid, non-kissable chapped lips. So that's not crazy stuff.
No,
it really isn't.
There's one more of these horrid little stories of no confidence or anything, and not being able to see my hand in front of my face. Before I left to go to California, I'd been living in Huntington, right behind Fred's Diner over there. Ope knows where that is. And there was this girl, Leanne. Me and Leanne were buddies from the time I moved in there as a kid, growing up into pre-teendom, kind of junior high-ish age around there. And before I went to California, it was like, all right, take it easy and stuff. We'd always hung out, and I was really just in love with this girl. And then I went to California, and I get a letter from her, and it's just her writing, I can't believe you left. I'm so in love with you. And she was circling where her tears were hitting the page as she was writing. And I'm like, I'm an idiot. I'm 3,000 miles away now. I'd have I'd have stayed in New York probably if it was, I knew how this girl felt. And we hung out every day.
Well, did you like her like that?
Yes! But we hung out all the time, but I was just an inept, complete lack of confidence douche who couldn't see, what was going on. I thought we were friends, and I never wanted to make that next step because I didn't want the rejection, or I just didn't have the courage to do it. It's just, an ass.
How old were you when she wrote you that letter?
30? No. It's always funny to say you're older. Makes you seem silly.
I love exaggerated humor.
Probably 12 or something like that.
When's the next time you saw her after that?
Oh, man, when I came back from California. And then forget it. Everybody's just having their own good time and off on their own ways. And it was, completely over. But my mother told me, she goes, Leanne came to, because when I was on the phone with my mother from California, and she goes, Leanne came to the door and asked where you were, and I told her you were in California, because I told her I was going, but I guess I didn't say the day or anything like that, and then I left, and she goes, and she just started crying. I was like, oh, well, that's odd, and then I got the letter. My baby, she wrote me a letter. Dun, 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 dun.
Wait, did you ever see Leanne? I have to know what happened to Leanne.
Yeah, I saw Leanne after that, because I had came back from California, moved into the same neighborhood that I was at, the same house. Tell you the truth. She still lived across the street. I moved into the same house after I came back from California, went to the same school, and I come walking in, and there's a big difference between 12 and 16. Mm-hmm. So I came walking in, and people were kind of like, I think I know this guy, but I'm looking around going, I know you, I know everything about this person, I know this. So I'm kind of walking around because I disappeared from the face of the earth for a few years, according to these people. So, but they were different people too, they were all older. And, Yeah, I kind of picked up with old friendships, but for the most part, just made new friends. Leanne, I kind of talked to her and stuff, but she was in her own crowd. She ended up being like very hot, so she hung out with the hot girls and perished the thought I approached them. I'd rather stand in the back hall in my army jacket, smoking pot with guys, wondering why there are no girls around us.
Where's Leanne now?
I don't know.
You don't want to.
I don't know.
Can I be honest with
Where's
you?
Leanne?
You don't want to know where these girls are now.
No,
it helps,
probably
though.
not.
I think it helps sometimes though to kind of like to kind of not feel bad about it anymore. When you look at them now and you go, oh yeah,
they're middle-aged women heading toward menopause. You really, let's be honest with each other. We have these memories of what they used to look like and what they used to do for you. I don't want to know where these broads are.
No, I'm saying that's good with regret, though. If you have regret, if you look at them now, it's like, how can I regret that? Look at you, you're a pig.
Look, we got everyone fooled. They think we're in our late 20s, early 30s. But let's be
really?
honest. Some of the girls we dated are heading toward menopause at this point.
It's right over the hill. It's right around the bend.
I gotta. There was this girl, I mentioned it recently on the show when we were talking about long-distance relationships, and I just am convinced they just don't work whatsoever because I had one when I was going to Geneseo with this girl. She lived in Utica, and we wrote letters all summer long, back and forth to each other. I got a stack. I just remember this. A stack of letters from her, still tied up in a bow or something at my mom's house. I'm going to bring them in.
Oof.
And I'm gonna read a letter or two.
Oh yeah.
Because now, knowing what I know, as she's writing these letters, she went back out with her ex, who was the star football player for Central.
Central.
She was banging him all summer long while she's writing me these awesome romantic letters. So now I gotta bring these in and read them on the air.
Wait, did she circle other things on the paper
right,
where he had left little
tears,
marks?
right.
Yeah. That's where he hit my back and it fell on the paper.
She played it perfectly. She wrote nice things. She quoted lyrics from hot songs of the day and perfume on the letters, all that stuff. And then I find out later on that the whole time she was banging her ex, who was the quarterback of Central.
He was behind her, and her face was pressed into the paper so hard it looked like the Shroud of Turin.
Right.
She must really love me.
Speaking of not trusting women, because now I just assume like they're naked together, and I was the joke the whole time, where the guy's like, "Oh, here, write this." Yeah. Like they're writing the letters together, because I was so effing gullible, I guess. I will bring them in and read them on the air.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
Definitely.
That would be fun, knowing, what I know and what the listeners know now.
That'll make some chills. I wish I would have saved, letters and things, but too embarrassing. There's a girl that broke up with me that I wrote a letter to, and you don't realize till later how completely impossible it would have been to get that girl back. It was just over, She had moved on, and you are just a distant memory. But you think there's this chance if you write this nice, letter or something, and it was just, just talking about how,
hoping she'll forget that you had sex with her best friend.
No, it was even yeah, no, it wasn't anything like that.
Moments?
It was just it was it's that time when they just decide, or you decide, you're just going to leave. Yeah, it's done. You're early teens, you're in school. It's those school relationship things. And then they just find someone else, One day they walk down the hallway and go, okay, I'll go out with him. And then you're just left there. So you write your little letters. But we're so made for each other. Made for what? At 14?
I'm not even completely made yet.
Yeah, I'm not even cooked. I'm made for each other.
Made?
I'm not made.
This thing still needs a few parts.
It still has some ingredients.
Right.
But you know what? When you look at this low self-esteem and not talking to a girl, then you look back at the times you talked to them and shouldn't have. My self-esteem being low was justified. When I was in high school, I liked this girl, Michelle. I loved her. And I couldn't ask her out. But I finally had the courage. I looked her up in the phone book.
Oh.
And I called her. And I was like, hey, it's Jimmy. And she's like, hi. And I'm like, you don't want to go out with me, do you?
There's some confidence.
She actually was kind of nice. She's like, No, I don't think so. But she wasn't hateful about it.
Yeah.
And
Well, you put her in a great position.
And I think I told you this. Right? I tried to be casual. I was like, well, that's the way the ball crumbles. Like I tried to be funny instead.
Oh, by mixing them up. Yeah.
Crumbles.
Yeah.
Thinking she'd go, oh, wait, on the other hand, you're funny.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Sorry, Jimmy.
plenty of just embarrassing,
I should have just
douchey moments.
My low self-esteem was telling me the truth.
All right, now that we
ugly.
now that we got therapy out of the way, we're going to start the Opie and Anthony show after the break.
That's true. We're all on our periods.
Yeah, we're going to
kvetching like waiting to exhale in a half a circle.
What is going on in the world today? We'll tell you after the break. How's that?
Yes.
And on the way, we got a brand new Grammy moment, an Opie and Anthony Grammy moment, because the Grammy nominations were announced recently. But here's the one from yesterday one more time, because it's really good. It's our own Club Soda Kenny getting involved with the Grammy moments.
We'll be back.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
It's that button.
It's an Opie and Anthony Grammy Minute. Song of the Year.
Before he cheats, Carrie Underwood.
And I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped up four-wheel drive. Carved my name into his leather seats. I took a Louisville Slugger to both headlights, slashed a hole in all four tires. Maybe next time he'll think before he cheats.
Expand your Grammy knowledge base with Opie and Anthony.
What? What? What?
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony show. That's the Great Drew Boogie. We call him the Great Drew Boogie now. Phone number 877-212-ONA. What's going on in the world? Well, right off the bat, we got to say good morning to Tina Turner. First good night's sleep she's gotten in 35 years.
You think? I don't know. How much of a wallop could Ike have packed at 70-something? How old was he?
I think Tina Turner was living in fear right up until she got the news that Ike Turner died at, what, 76?
I remember what my Ike Turner history is this. I was in a motel one time with a prostitute, and she's doing things to me, and I had to turn the TV off because there's an Ike Turner interview on, and I caught her as her head is moving, her eyes were to the left. She was watching the Ike Turner interview.
Oh my God.
While she was earning her keep.
You should have given it to her in Sense-A-Round.
Good sock to the jaw.
Yeah, why not?
And people are saying that he architected the old rock and roll for everybody. But we don't know that because we know about him smacking Tina Turner around. There was a song that he did back in the day that they said that was pretty much one of the first songs that started rock and roll on its way. I don't know the name. I don't have it in front of me, but maybe we have it in the system. We can play it for everybody today.
Is it before Bo Diddley? Because Bo Diddley got ripped off a lot by a lot of people.
This was before Bo, I'm thinking.
That was in the 50s.
Where's the Ike Turner story? And Jessica Alba is ruined.
Almost 50.
Jessica Alba is pregnant, we're learning today.
I saw that in the office, reading through the papers, just going, well, here goes another one.
Yeah. Here we go, back to Ike Turner. They're saying he made one of the first rock and roll records back in 1951, a song called Rocket 88. I know a lot about I know a lot about rock and roll.
E-Rock, are you searching?
I don't think I've ever heard Rocket 88.
What's the 88 mean?
Rocket 88.
I have no idea, but they said that after this song came out, people started thinking about this rock and roll thing. And
I know what 88 means.
What?
Well, it's used as a greeting to some people.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm so lost.
You don't know about that?
Am I supposed to stay lost?
See, it's the H is the eighth letter of the alphabet. So a lot of white supremacists will say 88, meaning HH, Heil Hitler.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe you weren't supposed to say that.
Why?
Because I think that was supposed to be top secret
That's
stuff.
a secret.
No, it's not secret. People know that.
You can't keep a secret.
No, people know that. It's been on documentaries.
But they don't know it. Now a lot more people know it today.
It's been on those documentaries where they play a lot of that music by, like, Screwdriver and stuff.
Screwdriver?
You ever hear them?
No.
Yeah. You ever see American History X?
Yeah.
And,
I didn't pay that close attention. Right. Where I wrote down, like, bands and stuff as the credits were going by.
When My Name is Earl's brother is singing that nice little tune in the van.
So Ike is dead at 76. What did he die of? Anyone know?
Don't know.
Doesn't really matter, right?
You ever hear River Deep Mountain High? Tina Turner did that. It was in the movie. It's when she did with Phil Spector.
I thought Celine did that.
River Deep Mountain High. You kidding, right? Oh yeah.
I know she did it, but she did remake.
She remaked it, but she remaked it. I'm almost 40.
Remaked it.
She remaked it, but it was in the movie. It's great. He goes. He heard the song and he knew it was so good. He's like, "Damn, oh Anna Mae, that's a good song." And then he beat her and sexually assaulted her on the console.
Yeah, really?
This song caught her a beating. Because I think he realized that she didn't need him anymore.
Yep.
She did this with Phil Spector.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So
another great guy.
I know. Did she hook up with any guy that liked women?
Ike dead. The Metro Report, that's not out yet, right? What time that come out? Oh, it comes out this afternoon?
Yeah.
We're going to find out who was on the roids?
Yeah, they say that the report names a bunch of current ball players and ball players from the past, but they don't say in what context.
Oh, really?
So, yes. I'm thinking it's not going to be this big list of, outing people for steroid use. I think it's going to be, all right, this guy said this about this guy, so you include his name in there.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. And everyone in the office is like, oh, I hope Jeter's on it. I hope Jeter's on it.
What do you got there, Travis?
No, it's going to be pretty big. It's going to have MVPs and All-Stars.
But are they going to say this MVP steroids? That's what I need to know.
It's not going to be like an accusation. It's going to be more like linking someone to steroids.
Yeah.
Because you can't prove anything. But
yeah, this is going to be a big letdown.
Damaging to their
I think it's going to be a letdown. You know what I've noticed as far as this whole steroid baseball player thing goes? As long as there is an inkling of an element of doubt, people are willing to just not care. It's like you got to have video of the guy shooting up steroids, or else people are like, I don't care. And I think even if you saw that, the normal fans still wouldn't care. I think it's just the the commission and they're the ones that have a problem. But no one, like we've said in the past, who cares? Keep the balls flying out. Yep. I want to see him hitting cars in other parking lots.
Well, I did
around the ballpark.
I did my rant yesterday, which is, who gives a crap as long as they're hitting 600. I love 600-foot homers.
Knock them out.
I love the fact they hit the ball so far you have to get a canoe to go find it.
I want to see him bring Chief Nakahoma out every time someone's up at bat.
I don't know.
Nakahoma.
I'm not related, or I don't know a ball player, so I don't.
Anthrax blankets.
I don't give a crap they get cancer because they're taking this crap. As long as they hit those monstrous home runs, I'm happy at home. As a matter of fact, when they do get the tumors, I hope they give that to the pitcher and let them pitch the tumors in and let the ball players hit that out of the stadium.
Yeah. Hit that mushy tumor. It would sound like a wet beanbag getting hit.
Oh, walk splat. It breaks up into 5 pieces. The outfielders all catch a piece.
Yeah. If you can find, E-Rock, if you can find...
If you can is high, it is far, and that piece is.
If you could find some audio,
is it a tumor? It is.
If you could find some audio from the great Bill Hicks, I'd appreciate it. He talks about this whole thing about drugs and stuff, and I think he does a bit on how. Can you imagine if they took like drugs out of music?
Yeah,
how awful that would be. And it should be the same thing for sports. Let them do whatever the hell they want. I don't care.
None of my beeswax.
It's not affecting me personally.
I like to say.
But then they say, well, the children. Well, what about all the children that are picking up guitars and stuff?
Or drinking. But players can drink alcohol.
Right.
You don't take steroids and do, drunk driving to a family.
Yeah.
They have alcohol advertised in
You just choke them to death, apparently.
Right.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Oh, that little goose.
Oops.
But in general, alcohol, they sell at the stadiums, and you can't even, you can legally drink it, but you cannot get in your car after you have it. So they should sell steroids. Everybody be big and strong and walk home.
At least with
carry their cars.
At least with
not go home.
At least with steroids, it takes 20 years. So
Right.
It takes 20 years for something to happen to you.
Yeah, you got a little time.
Yeah.
You're all big.
So the Mitchell report comes out today. Hopefully, it'll be interesting. Not worth reading. Just somebody else will do the reading for us, I guess, and give us the bullet points, right?
Watch it be Mitch Mitchell's report. The guy just comes out with something about Jimi Hendrix that's irrelevant. No one cared about.
A Mitch Mitchell.
He did die of drug overdose. Yes. Finally.
What?
What else is going on? Golden Globe nominations. Who cares? Kiefer Sutherland receiving over 100 letters in jail.
A day.
A day.
Yeah.
A day.
He's got
and they're all
from Travis.
written by Travis.
Travis, did you
Woot.
Did you send your letter?
No, but I think I'm gonna.
No, you wrote a letter to.
No, I'm gonna.
Oh, you are
Why not?
so in love with this man.
My wife wants me to send the picture. That we have
bring up your wife. You had to my wife wants me to. Remember, this is all like a bit that I'm in love with a man.
No, wait.
Don't want to confuse anybody out there.
Wait, what? You're in love with Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, yeah.
Would you let Kiefer, if you were in a bathtub, would you let Kiefer sit on the edge of the tub and gently just rub scented lotions into your shoulders?
I like the idea. Travis hunched over in the tub, and Kiefer's got one of those big sponges, and he wrings it out so you hear the splashing of the water, and then he just rubs his back.
And Kiefer's nude on the edge of the tub with a towel around his waist. With a towel around his waist and a tent in the front of the towel. He sees your Fiona Apple-ish form.
Oh, was that horrible? What an awful image this conjures up.
Sounds like a good image.
No. Jail. What is it? Has he served his time yet?
No, he's probably got like 40 days left.
40?
Yeah.
You think that many?
Yeah, he just started this thing.
Yeah, but
so Travis,
celebrities, they get out quick.
Write your letter because he's getting 100 a day, and then you read it on the air before you go to the post office.
I will do that tonight.
All right, good.
Oh, please, you're rookie. People are commenting. Does Travis, has he seen the Christmas tree video? Yes. Oh, does Travis imagine he's the Christmas tree? Kiefer tackles in the video.
There's some great Kiefer Sutherland videos.
Some drunk Kiefer video is fantastic.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, the thing, they say he's a model prisoner, too, but it's like, what do you think? He's been there, A, he's been there a week, and B, he's tiny. What's he going to run the Aryans? He's just a dummy with a great acting father.
You bring up a great point, the model prisoner crap.
Of course he is.
You're in prison.
Why would you risk what you got going for you on the outside?
Is Kiefer going to stir up a little static with the Latin Kings and the Crips in his 7th day of jail?
I'm taking over, boys.
He's in protective custody. What he's going to be is the perfect woman in jail. If he's anything, they'll pass him around.
The model inmate, yeah.
Like a joint.
The model.
How funny would it be if he does go the other way and he's just an animal in prison?
Oh. You mean size queen, kind of a...
No, just whatever. I'm just thinking, like...
Oh, like buffed up and kicking ass?
Yeah, it comes out with...
Like he runs the joint?
Comes out with neck tattoos.
The teardrop tattoo and TCB on his arm. He killed someone in there.
What's TCB mean?
Take care of business. That's like what some of the guys in prison put on there if they've killed somebody.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know a little bit about everything. I try.
Oh, my God, are you kidding me? I got to get rid of my BTO tattoo.
Oh, Bachman Turner Overdrive?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything.
That could be a problem. Here's Kiefer Sutherland.
Hey, Kiefer, you a pirate, man.
That would explain everything.
Come on.
That would explain everything.
And then he jumped into the Christmas tree,
Yeah.
right? And tackled it and made out with it, whatever the hell he did.
Are you jealous that I have a photo with him?
Huh?
No, I have one too.
Do you really?
You do?
Yeah.
Where did you see him?
One of the days that you guys went to Philly and I didn't go.
Oh, Kismet.
He was on JV and Elvis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good get.
Yeah.
Yeah. So worked out.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
You get a picture with him?
Oh yeah.
That's nice.
Oh, listen. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, yeah.
Travis has one leg raised. The 1940s side hug.
In other news, the stupid Knicks lost to the Sonics, who are an awful basketball team this year. I mention this because at this point, you got to think Isaiah Thomas is done as the Knicks coach. You got to start thinking that.
It cost him $12 million and he's not winning games. That's not good.
And Jimmy brought up a great point about the $12 million thing. That woman that accused Isaiah Thomas of sexual harassment, she got 11.6 or whatever, $12 million.
Oh, yeah.
And there's another case in the paper, and I guess we're making some kind of
Well, there
comparison.
is a connection, just to show you like how stupid America. We really are just a completely inconsistent nation of just dopes. A jury awarded $2.5 million in damages Wednesday to a woman, and this is in Massachusetts, who received HIV treatments for almost 9 years before discovering she never actually had the virus.
It's bittersweet news.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like it's 6 months. I mean, 9 years to have acted like... I mean, that's a long hunk of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets $2.5 million. This horse-faced woman from the Garden, and she was a horse-faced woman.
Oh,
she
yeah.
had a long head.
Yes.
I want to sit on her back and go, yeah! Gets $11.5 million.
Yeah, where's that's nothing. Why?
Because it was a high-profile case.
Holy Jesus, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, we didn't.
The woman that thought she had AIDS for 9 years doesn't get as much.
Imagine this woman turned into a slut because she had nothing to lose.
Doesn't get as much as couldn't take some ribbing at work woman. Ugh.
Yep. That's a justifiable amount of money. I think 2.5 when for 9 years doctors are treating you for HIV and you don't have it. That's a long time.
Wow.
That is pretty crazy. And then, of course, we're 3 days away from the big game. The big game, the Jets and the Pats.
Oh.
A lot of attention.
Oh, I thought you couldn't say Super Bowl.
And no, not saying Super Bowl.
I say it all the time.
Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl,
ahead,
Super
sue
Bowl.
me.
The big game. So if you're gonna sit down with friends to the big game, watch it on a. All right,
Can you not
we
say
get
the
it.
word Super Bowl because it's in an ad or something?
What a bunch of pompous asses.
You can't use it for any promotional thing.
Promotional thing. You're promoting
I
their
know.
big game.
You're promoting their stupid big game.
Anyway,
Super Bowl.
And as a Jets fan,
mm-hmm.
I want to see the Jets lose by 50 points.
Wow.
Well, you should root for them to win. You know how annoyed
I
the
don't
Patriots
want
would be?
the Jets to beat the Pats.
Why?
Oh,
just
boy.
don't.
Oh, boy.
I just don't.
Oh, no.
I just don't.
Oh, no. This
Call
is
me a
not
fair
good.
weather fan.
No, I'm calling in the sports curse.
I told you a while ago I'm a free agent fan at this point.
Yeah.
And this year I decided I like the Pats better than the Jets. And that's just how it goes. I want to see the Pats go undefeated. I absolutely do.
Can I say the Jets, you have a right to be a disgruntled Jets fan. To me, they have been a disgrace for all these years the way they don't have their own stadium.
No.
They never, ever improve
They have to
the
cover
team.
They have to cover up the Giants logos when they have home games.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's pretty lame.
Is that they're the only team, right?
I would imagine.
They're a disgraceful organization. Their fans should stop going to the games until they get a stadium and start behaving like a real team.
They have to share a stadium.
It's annoying. Why?
It's so weird that football teams get a brand new stadium for 8 games, 8 days, 8 days a year. If you really think about it on very basic terms, that is a waste of money.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, and you could call up and go, well, yeah, but the Stones come every summer and fill up the stadium, and U2 does too. But if you really think about a football stadium,
It's being built as a football stadium.
and how many days a year it's actually used, it's insane. And they throw the high school football teams a bone, and they do some high school football and this and that. But for the most part, it's 8 days a year these stadiums are used. How crazy is that?
Can't get it.
A couple
on
playoff
stadium.
games, obviously. You throw that in there. It's no more than 10.
That's something.
They're in another state. You understand the Giants too, but at least they have the Giants on it.
Don't tell anybody.
What?
They really should be called the New Jersey Jets.
Well, that's not New York's problem. That's New Jersey's low self-esteem.
You know that, New York has one official football team, Buffalo.
And Dallas, because they're America's team.
No, F Dallas.
Okay.
Hate the Cowboys.
No, you don't.
Jets used to play at Shea.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are the Cowboys playing this weekend?
That team. Who knows?
A team.
I would like to see the Cowboys Pats Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Patriots would win.
Who's going to beat the Patriots this year in the Super Bowl?
Nobody, I don't think.
I don't think so either.
Unless Brady pulls his... I hope Brady goes to tie his shoes and both his Achilles roll up to his spine. I hope he hears, a snapper! And they both go, ha! Because I want the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. And that's the only shot they have, is if he hurts his Achilles in the locker room.
Putting on his shoes? Wow.
Guy's amazing, dude.
That's rough.
It would be funny that the Cowboys win the Super Bowl after Parcells is gone.
Yeah, I mean, look what the Patriots are doing without him. Pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about? We're just like football show now.
We're just babbling.
It's a sports show.
We're just babbling
Sorry
about
to the
sports.
listeners for that last 5 minutes.
It's all right. And then
I'm here and I'm bored.
on the way, we got to talk about the boys, 11 and 14, charged with sexual assault on a 60-year-old woman. What were they thinking?
I don't know.
Come on.
Raging hormones? What is that about?
No.
We'll try to get some details on that. And three main minorities. This is a big story today. Blacks, Hispanics, and Asians don't trust each other. Of course not.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Asians don't trust each other?
Of course not.
It's weird. All
Why is it
looking
weird?
over each other's shoulders.
We all look over each other's shoulders.
Yeah.
Our shoulders, whatever.
I'll tell you why they're amazed.
Where does Whitey fit into this?
A lot of them actually like white people more than they do the other minority groups.
Really?
Yeah. And this is probably an interesting or
where was this study done?
Surprising. I don't know, actually. I can't find mine. I have it.
The Institute. The Institute.
They're saying it's so surprising, but probably because people just can't believe that minority groups, people are so guilty about being white, they can't believe that minority groups have any negative feelings for each other because they think white people are at fault for everying.
Yeah.
They do wrong things too?
So they
racially?
just lump them into one category.
Silly.
There's some great quotes here, by the way. 44% of Hispanics and 47% of Asians are afraid of African Americans because they're responsible for most of the crime. More than half of black Americans polled and 46% of Hispanics said Asian business owners do not treat them with respect. And half of African Americans said Latin American immigrants are taking jobs, housing, and political power away from the black community.
Wow. Catch-22.
Yeah.
Hispanics and Asians populations make mostly of immigrants. They're positive about the American dream, saying if you work hard, you're going to reap the rewards. But in contrast, more than 60% of blacks dismissed the American dream as not working for them. They kind of came here under crappy circumstances.
Yeah.
And all three ethnic groups viewed white Americans in more favorable light than they did members of another minority. It's interesting.
Oh. I thought we were like the most hated.
And 61% of Hispanics,
Wonderful.
54% of Asians, and 47% of African Americans said they would rather do business with whites than members of the other two groups. So,
Well,
that's out and about today as well.
I think that could also be because of financial reasons. You know,
Yeah, the Jews kind of fall under white, and I trust them.
pay the bills, things like that.
I didn't curse the Pats, by the way, there, John, in Connecticut. My sports curse has...
People were getting a little nervous.
My sports curse has gone away.
It was broken, yeah.
I believe it has been broken. I would love to keep that storyline going.
For now.
But I think it's broken for now.
Jets by 6.
And by the way, F the stupid Sabres. Thank you.
This is the Opie and Anthony
What is
Show.
that? Are you a dope?
He didn't do it.
Are we still on?
Eric, you don't have to put your hands up. You can just say it's not me.
Did they all
No
run
one's
off?
accusing you of touching.
Are we
someone
on,
younger.
off? Where are we? We're still live?
Yeah,
Who hit
but
that button?
Are we on everywhere?
Oh.
Oh,
Your-
okay.
how are your eyes?
We
Yeah.
can't hear you, Eric. Oh, Mike, he's talking
He's
to
just
air.
talking to us.
Like he has a Wi-Fi microphone. The whole country can hear him.
When we talk to you, we're talking to a big audience.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're all back to normal today, because yesterday we had to handle E-Rock with Kid Glove.
Yeah, because we almost killed him.
Because
So
we almost killed him like a couple days ago, so now we're back to normal finally. But the E-Rock video getting a lot of views on YouTube and other video sites. I hear Break is not happy with us, Break.com.
Right. Well, that's
According to Steve, Steve says that Break.com invented the Cinnamon Challenge and copywrote it, or
Yeah.
what do they do?
Why don't they stop?
So they're a little mad at us that we actually, A, did it, and B, promoted another video website.
Well, it was the one that we saw it on.
Well, they said they were responsible for that video, too.
All right. What are we supposed to do? Know every video that goes on these sites?
Steve, what happened with
They're
our
running
friends?
rampant.
What happened with our friends at Break.com?
No, they're not upset with us. I actually talked to them last night.
Should be upset
they
with
just
you.
corrected me.
Corrected?
Yeah, I was corrected.
All right, what did they say?
They said, yeah, they heard the segment. They said, to be honest, we were the ones that created the whole Cinnamon Challenge thing. And
All
they
right, so
owned
they'll
a
be
lot of
sued when someone dies from doing this. Great.
Yeah,
I wouldn't fess up to that.
Yeah, I
No
mean,
kidding.
I don't know if they own the rights to the name, but they own the rights to a lot of the videos that are out there. And so when I presented the E-Rock thing, they're like, yeah, that's cool, but we're into the hot chicks getting the Cinnamon Challenge now. That apparently guys having Cinnamon Challenge, and this is all news to me, guys doing Cinnamon Challenge is all passé now. It's all about hot chicks doing Cinnamon Challenge now.
It's not passé to the masses.
When
It's
you almost
maybe-
kill somebody.
Right. Our video's better than anyone I've seen out there.
It is very good.
And it's labeled Best Cinnamon Challenge Ever.
Yep.
It's labeled that for a reason. E-Rock chokes on Opie and Anthony. You can check it out for yourself on YouTube. Getting lots of views today.
I didn't know about the Cinnamon Challenge until it got brought up the other day.
Of course
I'd
not.
never heard of it. I'm on the
a lot of
internet
people hadn't heard.
constantly.
I'd seen it on every single video site out there. I've seen a variation of people putting spoonfuls of cinnamon in their mouth.
Do we?
I don't know.
So do we hate break.com now?
No, not at all.
No.
No, not at all. They're not mad at us. They just...
That was a joke. Calm down, Steve.
All right.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Relax.
No.
I don't understand sometimes.
No, I know you're a little slow.
I know. No one has done the cinnamon thing yet, huh?
What?
It can't be
No one has
done.
it.
No, supposedly people have done it.
Sure they have.
I personally just
Can't
want
be done.
I want to go on record and say maybe you shouldn't try this at home because of what we witnessed a couple
Never
days ago.
do it.
A couple days ago, it was pretty horrific what was going on in front of us. You can check it out for yourself. The video's up on YouTube. And is it up on break now or not?
It is. It is. It's not on the. It's not featured, but I'm working on
Tell them
that.
to feature it.
Okay.
We give them enough plugs on this show. To the point Tom thinks we're in cahoots with them.
Nah.
Go to YouTube. It's called what? Best Cinnamon Challenge Ever.
Wait, you can't go to break?
You can. It's up there.
Right there.
Yeah, but YouTube's getting a lot of honors and stuff, which is fun for everybody.
Gotcha.
All right. And as we go to break, we got another Grammy moment. This one featuring Roland. Listen to this.
It's an Opie and Anthony Grammy Minute. Best male pop vocal performance.
Dance Tonight, Paul McCartney.
Everybody's gonna dance tonight. Everybody's gonna feel alright. Everybody's gonna dance around tonight.
Expand your Grammy knowledge base with Opie and Anthony.
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony show. Hopefully, at this point, we don't even have to explain what that's all about.
I don't think we do.
I'll tell you right now, we can go to the phone zone. People will go, what was that? Even though we've been pushing these things for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's true. Some people are stupid, but
It's
for the most part.
It's just how radio works. Phone number 877-212-O&A. Someone's mad because I didn't promote Break there, but I did promote Break.com, so relax.
Yes.
Relax. A lot of people are going to YouTube to check out E-Rock Choking on Cinnamon. If you want to go to Break and check out E-Rock Choking on Cinnamon, that's fine. Whatever. We just know we have a really good video, and people are definitely checking it out. And that's all that matters in the end. Jimmy, you all right?
Yeah.
Was it successful back in the back office?
Got a really funny story. I'm just going to read what we have here. South Korean scientists have cloned cats by manipulating a fluorescent protein gene, a procedure which could help develop treatments for human genetic diseases, officials said Wednesday. In a side effect, the cloned cats glow in the dark when exposed to ultraviolet beams. So South Korean scientists have cloned cats that glow in the dark. Okay. Any other stories you want to talk about?
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's off Breitbart.
Can I tear down a wall? Basically, what Jimmy's getting at. We could have done 20 minutes on that. And,
Yeah.
And Jimmy's now biting himself.
He's spitting on the floor. Oh, boy.
Americans are a revolting
Where we
nation.
sit, we just want to acknowledge we could have done easily 15 or 20 minutes on that.
God, are we a fraudulent?
So instead, we'll just talk about the Golden Globes.
Why
No,
wouldn't we
I'm just
be able to talk about glow-in-the-dark cats in where?
It says South Korean scientists. I wouldn't know.
South Korean scientists
I ripped up the paper.
made glow-in-the-dark cats. Now, there are certain humorous little things we could throw in there about stereotypes. But, lest we offend, we must steer clear. Even though what we want to actually turn into a comedy little bit, a funny comedy thing, is actually true in certain parts of Korea. It is fact. The thing I cannot even say,
well,
is fact.
Don't worry, South Park will say it.
Yes.
And they'll get away with it because they're cartoon characters. I'm telling you, we got to turn into cartoon characters.
Yep, South Park would say it.
You know what would be great? If American cattlemen could make a glow-in-the-dark cow.
Ooh.
That would be fantastic. Maybe this technology can be brought here, and we could have glow-in-the-dark cows, so that way we can all eat in the dark.
You imagine
your steak would just sit there, and you'd be able to eat it in the dark because it would be glowing.
That would be funny.
That would be.
Or all of a sudden you're out in the field and you see your dinner in the dark running around in a circle. It's so easy to catch.
Yeah, because
you don't even need night vision goggles.
It's glowing.
Of course it is.
You could just rope them right there at night.
Bunch of glowing cows. How nice would that be?
Right here in Brainerd.
All right, so that just turned into a news story. That's fine. That's what the news does. So
Yeah,
we could just read news stories on the show.
Yeah. It's just again, Breitbart is not a site that I love.
No,
I do think that
Get
the
us in trouble.
majority of it is, I mean, fairly newsy stuff. I don't think it's like blogs.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm only reading it as it says. South Korean scientists have cloned cats by manipulating a fluorescent protein gene, a procedure which could help develop treatment for human genetic diseases. In the side effect,
really,
the cloned cats glow in the dark when exposed to ultraviolet beams. The ability to produce cloned cats with the manipulated genes is as significant as it could be used for developing treatments for genetic diseases. And for reproducing model animals suffering from the same diseases as humans. And guitarist Jimmy Page slapped each other on the back and were handed giant mugs of hot drinks. But then the rock fighting talk began. They discussed returning to Madison Square Garden in New York, where they did 3 sellout shows in 1973. So whether or not Zeppelin will continue the tour to the U.S., I'm hoping they do.
But that's what they're saying, you know?
Yeah.
That they overheard him backstage.
Yeah, but
talking about a New York show.
That sounds like such hype. That sounds like something that was pre-planned.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was quite a guest list at the Zeppelin show.
That
must have been a heck of a show.
Yeah.
Although I will
Must
say,
have
the
been.
dumb Led Zeppelin, that really, the marketing idea behind it works, because I did go out and get a greatest hits. I've been craving Led Zeppelin lately because they're not on iTunes. God forbid they should be.
Yeah.
Or it would be convenient to get them. They're, I guess, still holding out. So I went out and bought a Zeppelin greatest hits.
Oh. Did you put more money in their pocketbooks?
I was I'm lining their purse strings. All right. Well.
Are you kidding me? We don't eat cows.
What?
We eat male cows. Okay.
We eat cows?
Tom in Jersey, what's up?
No, a cow is the female. We do not eat cows. We eat steers.
Of course not. Yeah.
Well, we don't eat cow? What are you talking about?
Steers.
No, we don't eat cow. Most cows, when cows are done producing milk and birthing calves, they go towards commercial grade feed, meaning making dog food, cat food, shit.
Dog food? You gotta watch your language.
Oh, hey.
But when they take a steer and they want to make little baby steers, what do they mate the steer with? He's gone.
Wait, he might still be there. You there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh,
So wait, cow.
what do they mate? What do they mate the steer with when they want to make baby steers?
Cows.
Thank you. That's all I care about. It's a cow.
How about cow tongue? By the way, what is that?
Yeah,
Still steer tongue.
Is it?
it's disgusting.
All right.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the thing. It's just sitting there in the meat counter. Yeah.
I love that. I saw a footage of a burned cow, and it was like a burned
cow.
It was in Mississippi burning. It was a fire scene, and at the end, the cows, they say, just stand there until their bellies explode because they're so dumb. And there's nothing funnier than seeing a burned, stiff, dead cow with no lips, just big dumb cow teeth. Like, what do you know? Like you call his pants down. Like you could almost see the cow shrugging. Like, I don't know to run. I just stand here. It's stupid animals.
They are dumb.
They don't even have real horns. Just those two little fruity things you can hang like tinsel off of.
Let's go to Tony. Tony, you're on the Opie and Anthony show. What's up?
Oh, morning, guys. Hey, you guys are kicking this morning.
Yeah.
Hey, if
Thank
they're
you.
gonna make something, if they're going to make something glow in the dark, they need to make the deer glow in the dark so we can stop hitting the damn things.
Well, there you go.
Let's go to Drama Daddy. Drama Daddy, what's up?
Hey, I was just thinking, now that we have, glow-in-the-dark pussies, if they could just make, roosters glow-in-the-dark, we'd have glow-in-the-dark cocks, too.
Yeah, that's true.
He didn't. Did he? Did he actually try to do
he did.
the cat rooster joke?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what do you expect?
All right.
Better from our audience than that.
What do I expect? The sound of a self-inflicted gunshot at the end of that one.
That would be more of a have a roly-poly Christmas type of joke.
Yeah.
For the people who linger longer.
That's what we want to hear at the end of that bad joke. Oh, anyone doing a rooster cat joke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the moral of the story is, never grab a pussy with a,
right. We understand.
Let's go to Chuck. Chuck's next on the Opie and Anthony show. What's up, Chuck? Get it? What's up, Chuck?
Throw-up joke.
We still allowed to do throw-up jokes? What? What?
Sorry to call you guys out on this one. I got to correct you.
Yeah.
You guys keep saying steer. Steer is a sterile bull, so steers don't have sex with anything and reproduce.
Yeah, you've never seen me on a farm behind a steer. Just taunting it.
What the hell is this? The farm report? We don't care.
Exactly.
When we say eat cows, we know what I'm talking about.
That's right.
All right.
A big juicy steak.
That's right. Go take your agricultural report and get hoofed in the mouth by an angry horse. Take a nice angry stallion hoof right to your jaw.
All right. Hey, speaking of Led Zeppelin.
Oh, were we? Oh, that's right.
Just trying to find an excuse to replay this. Kenny, in honor of Zeppelin doing their first show in 28 years, he did this the other day. It's quick.
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. And when she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed, with a word she can get what she came for. And she's buying a stairway to heaven.
Thank you.
You know what? Kenny's my best friend today, though. I know he sounds awful, but
he carries a phone book a lot better than he carries a tune.
Police
beating joke.
Did you get your building tips together yet?
No, but I will.
Kenny did mine for me. Thank you.
What?
Thank you very much.
You doing cash or checks?
Cold hard cash.
Oh, are you? I can't do it in cash.
A bunch of people know that I finally moved into a real place about 5 or 6 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, something like that. And there it is. There is the reason. Here's the reason why Kenny is my best friend today.
All right, hold the phone. What in the love of all that is holy,
this is what
do you tip that many people to do?
This is what you have to deal with if you live in a building in New York City. And I know some of them listen.
It's extortion.
It's exactly that, Anthony. And I know some of them listen to the show and they're fans of the show. And there's some of the people that I like, and they absolutely deserve a little something around the holidays, okay? But you move into a building in New York City, and you start hearing things. You hear a little chatter.
Chatter?
You hear a little chatter somewhere around July or August where they start hinting that, around Christmas time, people are expecting a little something.
You have a stack there
I'll tell you how many. There are 37.
There is no way. 37?
And I haven't even taken care of the garage people yet.
You tipped 37 people?
37 people!
Including you? 30 in a row?
37.
Come on.
Jimmy knows. Jimmy knows. So you hear this chatter, like, you got to tip these people around the holidays, blah, blah, blah. It's like kind of living like in a hotel. And sure enough, about right around Thanksgiving, all of a sudden the happy holiday card comes with a whole involved pamphlet of everyone's picture, what they do.
I like that, though, because you know who's who.
Look, I can't imagine there's 37 people doing stuff that they deserve to be tipped. Who?
It is extortion.
Okay, hold on.
They'll make your life a living hell if you're the dope that doesn't tip everybody.
Here's all I could think of.
Where's the Pal Talk camera? There
The doorman.
Can they see this?
The doorman, right?
There's a bunch of doormen.
Okay.
There's like 6.
Don't show
Okay, so there's 6 of them got to be tipped.
Sure.
Doormen. Okay, I thought you give your doorman, the one that you see on a daily basis.
Concierge, the guys
Concierge?
behind the desk. They have it's a big building. So they have a guy that works behind it. It's not like some buildings will have one guy that does both. But this is there's a lot of people.
Concierge?
Whatever you call them.
Garbage removal.
Garbage.
Health club. Maintenance guys.
Maintenance.
Electrical engineers.
Security guys.
Electrical engineers.
That bring up my takeout. 37 envelopes, my friend. This is what you have to do.
And I licked them all.
And Kenny licked them all. He picks me up. He goes, here's your gratuities, GH. 37 of them, and I licked every envelope. I had to have an ice cream cone to get the taste out of my mouth.
What a child. What a child. God forbid he could have a salad. What a child.
And then I had to visualize all the way to work today, Kenny licking an ice cream cone.
Just him with a dunce cap licking an ice cream cone. It don't taste too good, mother.
Are they? Do you have to give them to the people physically?
I
or is there like a deposit box?
You put it down there.
No, you give it to
you give it to him.
You give it to the bag man, and
it doesn't jingle when you shake the envelope, does it?
I wish I could.
You tell Ty Webb I'm gunning for him.
You do cash up?
Cash. I don't want them. Having my personal checks.
Oh, you know what? Maybe that's the best way.
Cash.
They'd probably rather get
cold, hard cash. 37 envelopes, and I still got to take care of 8 guys in the garage. 8.
I don't want to give cash.
8 guys in the garage.
You know why I don't give cash? Because it's easier to steal. Like one of them, I mean, chances are they wouldn't, but people could steal from each other and then they'll think you didn't tip them. So that's why I do check. Because I'm afraid of somebody stealing.
Well, here you go. And it's and you felt the pressure since Thanksgiving. The pamphlets, and then they're right as soon as you walk in my building, they're right there too. In case you didn't, in case you threw it out if you got it as mail, thinking it was junk mail.
Oh my God!
Their pictures, what they do, their titles. With the Happy Holidays thing, it's like that. Shouldn't you just tip people?
I'll say this: I recognize most of them. Like it's catch-22 because it's a lot of people, but it is a large building, and it's like I've worked in the industry where you relied on Tim. And certainly did with being a caddy. It's like you got to do it. It's one of the downsides. It sucks.
That's something.
But you have to do it.
I got to do the mailman, the garbage man, and the landscapers, I guess.
There you go.
And that's it. Where can I convert money, dollars to pesos? for the landscapers.
Deutschmarks to dollars.
Deutschmarks to dollars first. Deutschmarks. I haven't seen those in a while.
And someone's asking, don't you pay maintenance? I don't. Yeah, we do have maintenance.
You're
charges.
right, but
Yeah.
but you're paying the guy. It's just tipping.
Yeah.
You pay for a lot of things that you tip.
Dude, no choice. I felt like I had no choice. Here you go. Here you go, Kenny. 37 envelopes.
Has the electrical engineer done anything for you?
I don't know. Who knows?
I'm just thinking,
honestly,
shouldn't you know if you're tipping somebody?
I know all their...
I don't tip.
I've seen all
That's what
their...
I'd be. I'd be Buscemi's character.
I've seen all their faces, and I know I got money in those envelopes for people I've never met before. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I lived in a building.
But I'm not even going to take a chance. You can't take a chance. I don't know what they do to you if you don't.
I lived in a building in Brooklyn. I never tipped.
Oh.
I never tipped anybody. And you know something? I got just as crappy service as the people that did tip. Believe me.
That's in the building I live in. They're actually really good. Like they're all nice. They're all very respectful. Yeah, they're really great. I mean, it's like I don't mind it as much because they all make your life easier. And I like them.
And I'll say the same thing Jimmy said. I live in a great building, and I do like the people. But I just I feel like it's they put a lot of pressure on you. It's like, all right,
it's not a tip anymore. It's a mandatory charge.
It's
what you're talking about. Don't disguise it as some holiday gift or tip. It's a mandatory charge that comes. It's a tax that is put on you at the end of the year.
When you hand out a pamphlet with their pictures and stuff, Anthony's absolutely right. Because you know what? I would do the right thing. I would definitely, tip people in my building. No problem. It's not even about that. You just nailed it, Ant. That is what is really pissing me off today. That it's turned into a mandatory thing.
So just put it into the maintenance fee and let it, go throughout the year or something.
Right.
And then divvy it up that way.
Now I'm worried there's not enough money in some of these envelopes because you don't know.
You didn't give them all the same?
No, because some people do more stuff.
Yeah, there's guidelines.
There's guidelines.
Did you know? Did you make suggestions,
No, this
Kenny?
is a big thing. He had to talk to a guy to figure it all out because we don't know. So he gave us some guidelines. There's guidelines and everything.
How much is the most
in there?
you put in there?
A couple hundred.
Yeah.
In one envelope.
Okay. That's effing crazy.
But that's like for your super, though.
Gentlemen,
you're making it sound justified. That's for your super, though.
Gentlemen.
The super what? Superhero that saves your life on a daily basis? He might deserve that.
Let's not lose sight of the holiday season and what a joyous occasion is.
Yeah.
And it's better to give than to receive.
Yeah.
Really?
Holiday season.
When it comes to beatings.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Now they're all behind the couch. The rubber band broke. Uh-oh. Look at the interns are going to come scrambling.
Good. There's your holiday season. This holiday sucks.
They were in alphabetical order.
Of course they were, you creep. Go get another ice cream cone. You got some work ahead of you.
I don't want to tip I got to tip the gym people. Those are the ones I don't know. Like I'm in the gym.
Just look at you. You don't know the gym.
I know the garage people. I don't know. But you know what? They get my car fast. I call down. They'll get my car in like 12. They make your life easier.
But we do.
And you're around them constantly.
We do pay a pretty hefty maintenance charge to begin with.
I agree.
And our car's not sitting there for free either. By the way.
Of course not. But I mean, it's one of the few annoying things.
I openly hate Christmas every single year.
But these guys, they gotta. Look, I would hate to open the door for people all day and like just serve people.
So would I. It's called a job. You're getting paid for it.
Wait, I don't want people to confuse the issue. I like the service, and I'll take care of people for that service. But I just felt like, holy crap, we're being pressured in.
And aren't they all union anyway? So they're probably making an arm and a leg.
Dude, I don't...
Making an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
They're a lot of money. They're making a lot of money anyway. And it's not like... just listen to Buscemi's friggin' speech in Reservoir Dogs when he talks about tipping and the waitresses. The fact that they get tipped is because they make crap money. And he goes off on this whole thing about tipping. And these guys make a lot of money probably throughout the year. Yep. And then to tip them for what?
I don't like being...
For what?
I don't like
For what?
I don't like being told that I, got to tip people. I would tip people on my own. Maybe it's for the other people in the building that don't know any better. I don't know.
Don't forget.
But there you go. Look, 37 envelopes.
One of the reasons.
You find them all, Kenny?
No.
There's more back there?
Oh, no.
Wait, one of the reasons is this.
Jeez,
Kenny's on all fours looking for
all over the place.
tip envelopes that I threw against the wall.
Some guys work the night shift, and they wouldn't wind up making any because people don't recognize their faces, but they do a lot for you. So I don't know. I hate doing it because it's like I don't want to spend the money, but it's like,
You know what happens
Whatever, it's
whenever anyone goes above and beyond the call, I tip them, and I've always done that. Like if there's a big package that has to be brought up, and the doorman or the maintenance guy gives a hand to bring it up, or a delivery guy comes to the door and delivers something, I'm the first guy to pull out cash and tip people.
I tip as I go, too.
Yeah, you tip as you go.
Yep.
It shouldn't be this mandatory tip. Then it's not a tip.
Guy comes up, unclogs the toilet real fast
Right.
for me, gets a quick
He's
20.
elbow deep in the bowl. Jesus, you're going to give that guy some cash.
He gets a quick 20. He's like, no. I'm like, no, here, quick 20, go. Have lunch or something.
I take
don't
care
know.
of those guys too.
Yeah,
$10.
I tip on the way.
But
as I go,
I don't tip when the doormen get me cabs. They do all the time.
I do.
At 5 in the morning.
I do. Every once in a while,
I don't live in
those
a
guys.
building like that, but as far as hotels go and stuff, absolutely, you tip
in a
the guy
hotel,
if
yes.
he gets you a cab. Well, I would do the same thing at the.
I don't in the building because I'm going to tip them at the end of the year. That's why I don't in the building, because those guys, for every time they put bags in the car for me or open the door, bring your luggage in for you, all that stuff, to me, that's what you're tipping them for at the end
Call
of the
your
year.
women that.
What's that?
Don't call your women that. Put a bag in the car.
I said bags, not holes. No, you know what I mean? So you kind of, to me, you're tipping because of all the things they do for you over the years and over the year.
Yeah.
So it's just easier to do it at the end of the year. It's a nice Christmas tip.
All right.
I bet it was such a different spirit of that years ago,
Sure.
where before it became this mandatory thing.
Is that a tax write-off, by the way? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
A gift?
I would guess it probably is.
Yeah.
Hopefully. And, well, Christmas used to be a different thing, too, back in the day.
Oh, they're calling me Anthony Kumiowicz.
But he's not there. Anthony's a generous guy.
It's just the fact that I'm being told to do this. Let's go to break with that laugh right there. That's a good one. Opie and Anthony, stay there.
Opie and Anthony, Bad Boy Radio host.
Opie and Anthony.
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony Show. Phone number 877-212-O&A. Let's say hi to Jim in Buffalo. I said F the Sabres before. Someone couldn't figure it out, but their ice skaters were better than my ice skaters last night.
Oh, they're ice skaters.
That's what I was getting at. What's up, Jim?
Hey, what's up, guys?
And to Mike from FMQB, F you, taunting me before the game like you were. Go ahead, Jim.
Hey, you know how Jimmy said that he pays once a year, he tips once a year?
Like with those guys, yeah.
Does that mean he moves like every 10 months?
No, Jimmy's settling down finally. He used to move a lot.
What do you mean, sir?
But you don't have to pay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, no. No, I don't mind it that much. It's a little irritating.
The moving expense would be more than
Of
tipping.
course it would be.
It'd be silly.
Change of addresses, I'd lose checks. It wouldn't work out, sir. That'd be ridiculous.
Hey, Jimmy, are you coming to Buffalo?
Yes, early next year sometime. The tour dates are on my myspace.com/Jim Norton. There's a bunch of tour dates that are tickets going on sale tomorrow, Saturday morning, I think.
Yeah, you're moving. You're moving to bigger rooms in the new year.
Yeah, this Friday.
Hearing things.
This Friday, Saturday, I'll be in Scranton at Wisecrackers. Because I'm gonna crack wise.
You're going to
ladies
crack
and gentlemen.
wise, and it's Wisecrackers.
Yeah, it's Scranton.
Oh, that's funny.
But
Just
after
the name
this,
alone.
after the new year, I'm not doing any more small rooms.
I used to drive through
Ooh.
Scranton all the time.
It's a fun place.
I don't know. I used to drive through Scranton all the time on my way back to Western New York.
I want to slide down the hill like that guy in the Harry Chapin song, 30,000 pounds of bananas. I want to slide down on my back and just die before I hit the bottom.
I want to slide under a tractor trailer like Harry Chapin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good old Harry. Old heart attack on the road, Harry.
Don't lose your head. Oops, too late.
Hey, you got tickets for the New Year's Eve show to give away, Jimmy? This would be a good time, I'm thinking.
Okay, yeah. Yes, how about this? Wow. I'm sorry. Oh, my God.
You know, it's so fun watching you try to pull it together and failing miserably.
All right, here's the prize pack for my mediocrity on New Year's Eve here at the North Fork Theater in Long Island. 1 pair of tickets to my show and a pair of VIP passes and a VIP parking pass, so you get to come back and say hello, and I'm happy to meet you, take pictures, whatever you want. And we're going to give away 2 of these, the first 2 callers, and the what's the word? Phrase that pays?
Phrase that pays.
Oh, I was going to drop the C-bomb.
What?
Cats glow in the dark. That's the phrase that pays.
Wow.
You call Travis and say that now, but you have to yell it in his stupid ear. Sharpton is getting, his people are getting subpoenaed. I don't know exactly why.
Yeah, it's some kind of deal with the tax and contributions when he was running for president.
Yeah,
matching funds, things like that.
He's managed to skate every time.
Every time.
I hope they get him on something. How great would it be to see him go to jail?
Mm-hmm.
He's guilty of something, that guy.
Yeah.
Well,
for obvious reasons, and because
it might be for not paying parking tickets, but I'm telling you, there's something going on there.
His lawyer is saying, or his people's lawyers, whatever it is, saying that he hasn't been not under investigation. Like, he's constantly under investigation for something. And he never is found guilty of it, which I don't think is true. I think he's had some problems in the past. He had to return $100,000 because of the election money that he gathered up during the presidential election. But I don't know. Maybe they'll get something on him this time. I always thought with that thing he has. What is it? The Action Network, the friggin' whatever.
Action Network.
Yeah, something's going on there. He's very well dressed. He takes limos places. I've heard tell of many expensive restaurants that he's been spotted in. And where's this money coming from? Where's it come from?
Contributions.
Yeah.
Boy, does he he has white people figured out.
Oh,
you got to respect
does.
Sharpton. He has white people
He
figured
certainly
out.
does.
He knows what fruits most
we
white
will
guys
not,
are.
for the most part, will not question what he does. Occasionally someone comes in like this, has an investigation, but everyone's too much a baby to really pressure him.
There you go. Hey, we got a couple other things we want to get to. Danny brought in some audio of a man losing his mind at a Brooklyn post office. He says this is really, really good. Really good. The guy just loses his mind. And anyone that has, waited online or in line.
Drives you batty.
Drives you nuts, doesn't it, Jimmy?
Batty.
Oh, the people, they don't know what to do when they get up to the counter. Oh, it takes forever.
Oh, yeah, I know. Going postal in the post office. Perfect name for it.
Watch out.
Just going postal. Does that mean really slow? Get out of here. Give me those
Get
ribs.
it.
Danny, what do we know about this guy?
Unfortunately, not too much, simply because the clip starts with him in mid-tirade.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what it was that set him off, but, I mean, if you ever spent time in the post office, I'm sure you could imagine.
Whoa, watch out.
Yeah, postal.
Person in front of you has a lot of packages.
Yeah, I know.
She's got to get out for the holidays.
Oh, God. Who are you, working for Santa Claus?
Whoa.
Oh, my God.
Shouldn't you let the elves do that? Whoa, hey, whoa. Who am I to say?
How many stamps do you need there? 2 million? I will say, though, the post office and the motor vehicles have both been easier experiences the last times I've gone. They've seemed to, especially motor vehicles, is like, computer updated a lot of it.
Yeah.
Much easier experience. Boring.
All right, let's listen to this guy losing his mind.
Goodbye to you forever, because I have your job. Yeah, same to you, honey. Same to you. Get the manager over here. I want the manager.
Ooh.
Is this real?
He sounds.
Oh, yeah.
This is real?
Oh, yeah.
Is there video of it?
Yeah, there is.
Is it just a person trying to make their YouTube video? I'm very
I don't think
suspicious.
so,
I'm one of these
'cause
very suspicious guys right now.
I have seen this clip in the past. It just kind of resurfaced.
Yeah.
The past couple of days, but I've seen this before. It's totally real. You could tell by the video. This isn't.
And what? This guy started losing his mind, and someone turned on their cell phone or whatever.
Yeah, I guess he had started to lose his mind, and that's how the video kind of came about, because I guess the guy saw what was going on and just got a cell phone, started recording, so that's why it kind of starts right in the middle.
Right.
But, yeah, it's totally real. I mean, cops do show up at the end of this clip, so.
You don't try to make a YouTube video in a federal building like this. Like this, you know what I mean? Like if you're trying to like act wacky, you do it like in a Walmart.
Yeah.
You probably don't do it in a government building like a post office.
All right.
Manager, see how long you have your job, sweetie. Who the hell do you think you are?
Who the hell do you think you are?
I'm the customer. That's who the hell I am.
And so?
You know, and so we'll see when your job comes up for review.
Oh, God. It's Don Wickland.
That's your job. That's your job, sweetie. That's your job.
I love this dude.
This guy is an ass.
He's the greatest. Smug employee. Good for you, pal.
We all like to think we get somebody fired, but nothing's going to happen.
Not at all.
She's going to take her beating. You're going to move on, and that's that.
That's your job, sweetie. That's your job. Do your job. That's your job. You go to hell first, you bitch. You bitch. Get the manager out here.
Out here.
I want to hire this guy for voiceover work. I want to have him voice track like one of my commercials for a gig. He's the greatest. I want him to say my name. Jim Norton.
Jim Norton, sweetie.
I just love how through the entire video that little bell keeps going off so that they could help the next customer.
Yeah.
What's he look like, Danny?
Well, you could really only see him from the back, but he's, some just balding Jewish gentleman.
He sounds like a Jewish guy, yeah. What?
She's not even working much longer. How dare she? Who the hell does she think she is?
Who the hell do you think you are?
I'm the customer, you stupid bitch. Yeah.
We need T-shirts made. I'm the customer, stupid bitch.
You stupid bitch.
I would love to know what led up to this. What she did that annoyed him so much.
Yeah.
She didn't have any 3-cent stamps.
Nah, it's probably. I'm going to say it's her fault.
Probably is, yeah. But
These people behind counters, man, they get on these power trips, and every once in a while you get somebody that just, you know what, you lose your mind.
Yeah,
you're right.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't know from personal experience or anything, but
this guy seems like he could be a little nitpicky. I bet
this guy seems awful though.
But there's probably a combination of the two. You put them both together, like a snake and a mongoose.
You ever wait online at the bank and
hey, with my tongue and it's
and you linger longer and that's a linger longer and you go up to the teller and then she gives you an attitude because she didn't push the light, turn the light back on, and makes you go back to the front of the line and then waits a few minutes knowing that she's just effing with you and then she pushes the light. Does that happen to you? And you want to reach through that weird, you can't get your hands through a glass thing and choke her out?
Why do they think it's like that? There'd be a bunch of choked out employees behind the counter.
But they actually get pissed if you walk up before they put that light on for the next customer.
Mm-hmm.
That never happens to me because I always have a gun and a note.
Let's go back to this guy. We got a bunch more from him.
Yeah, the customer's always right. You were wrong. The customer is always right. You were wrong. You were wrong. You're an ass. You stupid. And the whole generation, you stupid bitch. I want to speak with the man. I have the postmaster on the phone. I want the manager at the door right now. Right now.
Give me one of each.
Give me a manager and I'll calm down. I want the manager right. How dare she speak to me? You're not the manager. I'm Mr. Suctio. You're not the manager. Who's the manager now? No, we'll speak. Are you the manager? Who's the manager? She's the manager. What's her name? I know she's there. Have eyes. Your name, you're the manager? What's your name? I want the manager right now. I have the postmaster's number right here. I want the manager right now. I have his secretary on the phone. I want the manager. How dare she speak to me like that? I'm the customer. We're all the customer. I went to her window. I asked for a manager. I asked to have more clerks come to the window. How dare she speak? Who the hell does she think she is?
Someone is suggesting give it to Steven Jackson from Jersey. It's the Penguin from Batman Returns. That's a good reference right there.
But isn't it amazing, like how? And I've been in this situation too. You really can't say it. Like as I'm saying this, I wish someone would just go, "Shut the F up." And but in that situation, you don't understand. Plus, I don't know what she did to make this guy this angry. But I was in a Rite Aid, and there's a guy in front of me, and I was trying to get my stupid sinus medication, and he's like, and he said, "I'm the customer, and I'm here for your help." And he was giving him. He was not this bad, but he looked for it, and I almost said to him, "Shut your mouth." My jaw was shifting. And I didn't because I was afraid it would turn into a fight. And he didn't look like a very threatening guy, but it's like you just punch him in the face.
You're going to be fighting in a drugstore,
I'm 39.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit a man for being crazy.
But do you ever say it? See, my problem is I say it every once in a while.
I'll tell you why.
And then I'm like, oh boy, is this the day I get my teeth knocked?
They're not venting it at me. I'm only annoyed because I have to hear it, but they're really not addressing me. And I could see myself in their shoes probably half the time. And B, it's like, you don't know if someone is genuinely crazy, they're scary. Someone really will just bite you.
I just want to know why whenever I walk up to a counter, whenever I walk up to pay for something, to get a prescription, whatever the case may be, I am there for the absolute minimum amount of time it takes to complete the transaction physically. For me to physically hand something over, to be physically handed something and leave.
Because you're considerate.
When I'm behind somebody, it's this big to-do.
Yeah.
The people in front of me, everything is this big project that just takes forever. There's a problem. This one doesn't have this. And then the women that don't know how to get the F out of the way before you start shoving crap back in your purse and rearranging your goddamn life in your stupid bag. Slide that whore bag over to the side and let me start my business. These old hags.
Yeah, they get their change purse. They got to put that back together. Then
they got to put that.
Then they got to get their wallet back together.
And they're arranging it.
They're arranging everything while you're... It's inconsiderate people. The world's full of them.
Maybe slide over.
Full of them. This guy's being inconsiderate because when you see the video, we'll give out the link in a minute here, there are people now being Steve
from Bayshore.
No, but there are people now that... have to wait a lot longer because this guy's losing his mind.
But it's amazing how, there's a great movie called The Incident, which it's an old movie, 1967, with Martin Sheen. I think it's his first film, and Tony Masanti, about two guys that kind of overtake a subway car. And it's mild compared to what you see today, like where they're taunting each individual person on the subway car. And it's so weird in public how people will not help each other. People have a mob mentality, and they'll attack something horrible. Because there's a safety in that number, but it's weird how people won't. And I'm not saying this guy should have been tackled because he really wasn't threatening it; he was just yelling. But it's like we don't come to each other's aid until it's absolutely necessary.
Until it's absolutely too late.
But like on the train, like all those, if there's something happening on a subway or whatever, like nobody will come to anybody's aid.
Yeah.
Yep.
We just don't. We're really self-centered and distant when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, when somebody's yelling like that in the post office, wherever you are, you'll rarely see someone step up and say, hey, keep pipe down.
Well, their emotional level is so far beyond where yours is. There's nothing worse than having to fight some guy who's in a rage when you really are just annoyed because he's yelling.
But there should be like 5 people at least that should be going, hey, you, why?
This is a very strange conversation.
Shake their fist
to me.
Well,
I'm one of the guys.
Oh, really?
Not every time, but I definitely one of the guys that pipe up. Absolutely. I can't take it as a human.
It depends on what he's yelling at. It depends on how big he is and whether he looks nuts or not. I wouldn't even yell at a woman for that.
Well, I told a story where I actually got in a fist fight with a cabbie through the little square. Like we were trying to punch each other through the square.
It's impossible. You can't punch each other through that.
He gave it a pretty good shot, and I gave it a pretty good shot. Let's just put it that way. And then I finally got out of the cab, and he got out of the cab, and I was effed. I'll be honest. I'm not going to sit here and be, I'm tough guy with black belts. I was effed. This guy pissed me off. I spoke up. Next thing you know, like I'm telling him to give me the exact change back. He goes, I don't need your money. And then we start like kind of fist fighting through the little square. And now it's time to get out of the cab. And he gets out of the cab. He would have killed me. I'm not going to sit here and make believe he wouldn't. He would have killed me. Another cab driver came by, saw what was going on, slowed down. Everything all right here? And he gave me a look like, oh, next time. And jumped in his cab and got out.
One time,
because now I had a witness. I guess I don't know why, but he definitely said, "All right, I gotta move on from this."
Sometimes you just know. Like Keith Robinson's a good buddy of mine, and Keith, for all of his faults, and he's an awful person, is not a coward. I mean, Keith is an animal.
Mm-hmm.
He's just one of those guys who literally will tangle with anybody, which is a fault. And one time he said he was coming to the Holland Tunnel, and he was having a thing with this other guy in this car who was cutting him off or did something he didn't like. So Keith's yelling at him. And he said they went through the tunnel, and the guy, they literally were staring at each other, and the guy rolled down his window, and Keith started yelling. The guy went, "Do you want to have a happy day? Do you want to have a happy day?" And Keith said it chilled him.
Oh, wow.
Because the guy was basically saying, like, if you want to feel good,
just leave. Leave this situation.
And he said it was because, and he's not a guy that's going to be psyched.
That's a good line.
It completely killed him, and he said, "All right, man."
Well,
and
Keith,
kept going.
You got to add, Keith is very street smart from Philly. So,
Absolutely.
So he knew in the tone that this guy wasn't effing around. Because some people will say stuff like that, but you're like, you call their bluff. But Keith would know the difference.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's from an awful area in Philadelphia, and
needs to be added to the conversation.
Oh yeah, he's been arrested. He always fights the cops. Keith is just a blabbermouth.
He's a problem,
psychopath,
as you like to say.
I'll yell at old people, and I'll yell at women. That's pretty much where I draw the line.
Me too. Even when they don't do anything wrong, just my team loses.
Yeah, I mean, who wasn't thrilled on the train that day? When I just lambasted that old elderly couple that was sitting in the seats in the first class section of the train.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so angry with them. I'm looking around for a seat like it's full, and then the conductor guy comes walking through and he goes, "Tickets, tickets," and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir and ma'am, but this is first class car and you don't have first class tickets." So I'm standing there with my first class tickets and going, "Oh, good, I'll have the seat." And the guy goes, "We'll pay the extra to get the seats
upgrade or whatever."
And then the conductor goes, "All right, I'll see what I could do." I go, "Nope, wait a minute. Here's my first class tickets." And I go, "You two can move. Just get up and leave." And they were like looking at me, and I was aggravated because we had almost just missed the train and everything. And I was like, "Get up, leave."
Yeah, it was pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It was
and then I was the jackass.
Kind of weird to see Anthony in that situation.
I'm the bad guy.
But yeah,
I don't yell at people like that. Sometimes I will, because I think if they were 6'5", I try to talk to old people.
Yeah.
Would I do that if they were 6'5"? I monitor myself in the car.
Oh yeah, we all do. I wouldn't. No, you kind of size up the person you're going to mess with and hope for the best. Hope they don't know a little karate.
Did you ever feel like, I had a cabbie make me so angry. Like, do you ever feel like physically, we all think like, yeah, I could kill somebody. But did you ever think like, if I had a gun, I understand completely that I would murder this person right now.
No.
Like, for real. All kidding aside, no banter, nonsense. Like, I know I would shoot this person.
That wouldn't make me feel better. A good punch to the face makes me feel better.
Really?
Fight club mentality.
Point a pistol at a cab driver?
Really?
Oh, my heart is weeping right now thinking of that. How bad they'd feel. How they'd panic with a pistol pointed at them.
Let's go to cigars and scotch. Cigars.
Hey, have you ever seen the video of that crazy blonde-haired guy punching the token booth? Linger longer.
There's no video.
I'm sure there is some surveillance video they laugh at.
Well, cigars and scotch is definitely bringing up something I talked about in the past, and then someone on Instant Feedback is pointing out that I do get in fights in very strange situations. I did try to go after a Subway guy in the token booth,
in his token booth,
which is like the safest place to be in all of New York City.
Well, they figured out a way to get them.
Yeah, with
the gasoline
stuff.
What a bunch of creative people! Youch. That's how they used to get the token booth people.
Because those guys thought they were safe, and they would give you a lot of crap, and someone figured out you squirt some stuff in there.
Squirt some gas in there and throw a match, and they open the door, come out. and you go in and steal the money. And
Well, I taunted this.
Wow.
It was
Yeah.
perfectly scooped to just all splash right into their faces.
Right in, and yeah, there have just been people horribly burned.
Really?
Yeah, it was going on for a little while, but it's being brought up that I get in some weird fight situations. You're right. I try to get the guy in the token booth. I try to get him out, and I start punching the token booth, which just hurt my hand.
Of course,
I had a fight through the cab window, that tiny little square, and yeah, I fought the French guy underwater.
French guy underwater, yeah.
Yeah, my fights do take place in very strange,
odd
areas. Hey, a little more from the Brooklyn guy in the post office before we go to break.
I'm filing a report. I want to file a report right now on her. She's losing her job. Give me those filing papers right now. I'm having her
Firing papers?
Give me, I'm going to file a report right now. Right now. She's lost her job. I want those papers right now. Right now. I'm filing a report. How dare you even heard her? How dare she?
How dare you, sir?
I'm the customer. I am speaking in a proper manner. And she's still commenting. Tell her to stop commenting. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Wow.
Commenting. Tell her to stop commenting.
And in the video, you see a guy, he's just trying to get his package mailed. He's ignoring him and trying to get this lady to just take care of him. The video is going postal in Brooklyn on YouTube and other fine video
that the end of it?
websites. It goes on forever. It keeps
goes
going
on for a little longer, but the police show up and he's not quite as vocal.
Ah, yeah, see.
Of course not.
Yeah, why would you be?
Of course not.
That was a cell phone, it looks like.
Yeah.
Somebody was very clever and decided to, hey, this is good stuff.
How long ago do you think that happened? You know, for years?
I do remember seeing it probably about a year ago. So it's been around. It's been around for a little while.
Right.
Oh, I would love to bring him into these meetings with like the lawyers and the management and stuff just to argue for me. Why can't he say that? He should be able to say that.
Where are the firing papers? Like there's papers she can hand them.
Right.
Like you would hand a gentleman these papers to get you fired. Yes, fill this out, sir, and I will be let go. Just hand them back when you're done.
How much you want to bet later that guy was thinking about this experience while he had sex with his face in a pillow?
Oh, of course. Please.
Pushing his hips back angrily.
All right, we got to take a quick break here, and we'll play What Did We Learn on the Opie and Anthony Show? Hopefully we'll get to the top cringe moments of 2007, according to Time Magazine, and another Grammy moment from Big A this time around.
Ooh.
After the break, it's Opie and Anthony. And we're back with the Opie and Anthony Show. The bit is starting to fade away. Don't worry. It's fading away on us.
Yeah.
The Opie and Anthony program. We're in speed round mode. We're going to play What Did We Learn? We got E-Rock's first day in prison based on the Cinnamon Challenge thing. That might start the new bit.
Mm-hmm.
Old bit going away. New bit might start. I don't know. Well, let's see. Let's see if there's any potential here. Tim took E-Rock's audio from the Cinnamon Challenge we did the other day where he almost died. No exaggeration. You can check out the video for yourself. This thing is very close to going viral. We were just talking about this during the break.
Almost ready to bust wide open.
Almost. It's getting honors on YouTube. It's getting there. It's called Best Cinnamon Challenge Ever. E-Rock chokes on Opie and Anthony. This was a real situation that happened 2 days ago. He had to go to a doctor. His throat was closing. It was bad because he inhaled all the cinnamon powder. That's what it came down to, and he was coughing out cinnamon clouds, making horrific noises, where it was obvious he was just begging for a breath of air, and he couldn't get it. Check out the video. It's Best Cinnamon Challenge Ever. E-Rock chokes on Opie and Anthony. But Tim took the audio, and it might start something, it might not, and he did this with the audio.
O&A Films presents Eric Nagel in E-Rock's first day in prison.
Just open your mouth.
He was a man alone on the inside. They laughed as he struggled with his new daily routine. Taking on the whole cell block D will not be easy for E-Rock on his first day in prison.
Breathe slow. Through your nose, right?
E-Rock's first day in prison. Open Friday wide.
Open Friday wide. Tim lingers longer.
Certainly does.
Very good. So that might start something. People taking the audio of E-Rock during the Cinnamon Challenge and doing something with it. All right. Hey, the Cringe Factor. Time Magazine has a list of the 10 most awkward moments of 2007. Would you like to guess one of the moments? Little Jimmy Norton.
Most awkward moments of 2007?
A few minutes ago, Jimmy in Tom Chiusano's office. No? Didn't make the list. A little late.
God bless Jimmy. He's a true soldier.
Of course he is.
I'm not allowed to complain anymore because people think
Don't ask, don't tell kind of soldier, but
Absolutely.
Because people think I got problems.
I don't want to go to war.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
God bless you, Jimmy, for that, by the way.
Thank you. 10
Showing
most...
a little passion for the radio show. I like that.
I do. 10 most awkward moments of 2007.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
According to Time Magazine, so...
I wish I would have more time to think about this.
Yeah.
Go with some of the obvious ones.
Well, I'm thinking, how about this? Britney Spears beating up the car with her umbrella?
No, but Britney Spears is in there, so you're on the right track.
Mm-hmm.
Shaving her head?
Her zombie dance at the MTV
I
video.
forgot.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty
That
bad.
was awful.
That's number 6 on the list. Okay, you're there. You're there. What else there, Jimmy?
Condoleezza Rice having that paint thing put in her face.
The what? Wait.
The person with the red hand, those code.
Oh, my
idiots.
God, no. I forgot about that, though. Very
Don't
good.
tase me, bro.
No.
Don't tase me, bro.
Maybe this list stinks.
Well,
Don't tase
fun
me, bro,
moment.
should be on there. Well, maybe that is more fun.
Wasn't awkward. That was funny.
Well,
How did
yeah.
I laugh?
Well, number 10.
Britney's was too. What's number 10?
Number 10 is Rudy Giuliani's kids saying that they're not going to back him for president. That was a bit cringy. His own own kid saying the one kid said he or she, I'm not sure which one, would vote for Obama, and the other one said, I will not campaign for my father.
That's good. Stupid, spoiled children.
Yeah.
Number 9, you
Father
got...
wants to run the country and you're going to campaign for Obama. What a face slap they need.
Yep.
Your father was the mayor of New York during 9/11. Maybe he's not perfect. Maybe your mother wasn't doing the right thing.
Hey,
Hubba hubba.
there you go.
God almighty. Support the guy publicly, you disgusting kids.
Where do you think the clothes you're wearing come from?
Just rich kids. You think the name... maybe they don't use the name Giuliani. Maybe they use the name Hanover. It's
Hanover.
cool.
Who knows, yeah, but that made the list.
I don't care.
Number 9, if we have the clip, I should have gave this list to E-Rock ahead of time. Miss Teen South Carolina says Americans don't know about geography because they lack maps.
Okay.
Might remember that.
Okay.
Fox censors Sally Field at the Emmy Awards. That's 8.
I think that was one of the most cringeworthy.
But this is Time Magazine, they got to play a little safe,
You figure they'd be in touch, though.
True. Well, 7, Rosie O'Donnell calls co-host Elizabeth Hasselbeck a coward on The View. That made the cringe factor list.
Who wrote this up? Linda Stacy from the Post?
These are all
Fat girl moments.
It's because it's time.
Yeah, I know. But it's
Look at the
supposed to be
source.
But they have, political stuff.
Yeah.
Number 6 is Brittany. 5, Family Values Senator David Vitter. Yes, good old David Vitter admits his number is in the so-called D.C. Madam's Little Black Book.
Oops.
All right, well,
Another holy roller idiot that got caught with his pants down, quite literally.
And cringe factor that Larry Craig didn't make the list.
How did that not make
Come
the list?
on.
Now that
White
I think about
stance guy.
politicians here.
Yeah, I guess that's not quite as cringeworthy as Sally Field having
the
her
Emmys?
speech cut off.
Yeah.
I guess a senator toe-tapping with a handsome cop. How about a little and then saying, no, I'm not gay, and then 8 more guys come out and go, I did it, he did me, I was the bottom, I was the top. That's not cringeworthy. But Sally Field not getting to finish her speech. Idiots.
Number 4, David Hasselhoff drunk in the shower.
All right. That's a good one.
And eating the hamburger and all that.
Wait, hold on. What's another
right.
video? There's
I was
one
just...
more.
What?
Dog the Bounty Hunter's phone call?
No.
No, of course not. Go with the funny...
No, the other one where, what's his name, calls his daughter a little pig.
Alec Baldwin?
Alec Baldwin?
That would be number 3.
Oh,
a rude little
nice.
pig, yes.
It's amazing how Dog the Bounty Hunter's not.
No, I'm
How
a
about
stuff.
of course
No,
not.
I'm a stuff.
That wasn't awkward. Not at all. But Sally Field not getting that final statement in because she was babbling. The Flying Nun couldn't finish her sentence.
Right.
That deserved to make the list.
Number 2, Paris Hilton cries for her mommy before going off to jail.
Whoever wrote this list should have their feet severed.
It's the 10 most awkward moments of 2007.
Wait, you forgot number...
According to Time Magazine.
4. What was number 5 and 4 after Britney?
No, we did it. The senator and David Hasselhoff.
Oh, okay.
And number 1 is the Columbia University president, Lee Bollinger. He invites the Iranian president to speak on campus. That's number 1. Cringe factor.
But that wasn't cringy because
why would that be cringy?
No, he smashed
Lee
him when he
Bollinger
walked
won
up
me
there.
over with his awful,
Yeah.
with that stupid throw rug on his head.
I'll give you the number 1 cringe moment.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I did that. I'm embarrassed that I did that.
That was a cringe moment.
They're trying to be smart by doing the Lee Bollinger thing. They're trying to, like they put that and Britney in the same list. Just morons.
And then suggested a new number 1 that we forgot about.
Oh.
And that would be reading this list on the radio.
Yeah, that really was.
Damn! We just had a who gives a crap moment on the Opie and Anthony show.
Oh, wait, can I say thank you to someone on the air? My friend Dr. Steve sent me a marble chess set, which was so nice for Christmas.
Really?
Thank you, Dr. Steve.
Ooh.
I appreciate that.
How do the pieces stay on? Wouldn't they roll off?
I haven't opened. I just got the box. I'm
material.
Gonna bring it to XM maybe
Okay,
and
that's
play
silly.
with,
I thought they were marbles.
No, it's not Chinese checkers. Remember that awful game?
I hate
I
that.
love Chinese checkers.
Oh, I'd love to make 80 jokes about it, too.
I used to love that game.
Yeah,
yeah, of course. There you go.
What's that?
I don't know.
What the heck was that?
I was going to make a joke at how, the checker pieces would look different.
Sure.
Checker.
How come these checkers have smaller genitals than your normal checkers? Stupid board games. It's just like chess.
Hey, why don't we do another Grammy moment?
Play checkers with almond-shaped pieces. I don't know. I don't think anyone's hearing this, so
What would they be?
it's all right.
All right, listen, here we go. Another Grammy moment. This one features Big A. This is worth playing before we get out of here today.
He looked good yesterday, though. I've never seen anyone look more like a psychopath than Big A yesterday.
Yeah.
Sarcasm. I gotta
Andrew,
really keep that in my head.
You looked, because his hair was matted to his forehead. Andrew, you looked crazy yesterday.
He has really like Adolf Hitler hair.
Yes.
It is just after he's done with one of his Nuremberg speeches, it's pasted to his forehead. Oh, and he's got a Hermann Goering body. Little history joke about fat people.
I want to compile.
Oof. Wow, my Volkswagen just flew off the Autobahn.
Well, we don't all know the actual pant size of war criminals.
No kidding, man.
Almighty. Who is that joke for? Ivan Boesky? Oh, wait, wrong reference. Can you crash me, please?
Yes.
Pant
size of war criminals.
I meant to say Ivan Demyanjuk. I said
Demyanjuk. Yeah.
We should compile a list of the top 10 craziest Opie and Anthony listeners by look alone.
Wow. Well, we were just talking
By
about the other
look
guy.
alone.
Big
Yeah,
eyes.
8 through 1 is Andrew. We need 2 more. No filter, Paul.
Now, people would step up and go, I'm the craziest Opie and Anthony listener. No, we're looking for the people that look the craziest.
No filter, Paul is one of them because he has a head like a chihuahua. He has a tiny head with giant eyes and nothing going on in between the ears. That would probably no filter, Paul.
A head like a chihuahua.
Yeah, it's just tiny.
I might have to put Cromwell up there on the list.
Cromwell.
Cromwell.
Who's the guy that hangs outside? He looks like Bluto. He's really a good fan. He's always at the events and stuff. He gets us to sign just
I don't know.
pictures. I've signed like 30 pictures for him.
For the same guy.
Yeah.
I know who he is.
But he's a good fan. He's just nuts.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Of course you do. He looks
good,
crazy.
Yeah, good reference, actually. Here is the Big A Grammy moment before we get out of here today.
It's an Opie and Anthony Grammy Minute. Song of the Year.
Hey there, Delilah. Plain white tees.
Hey there, Delilah, don't you worry about the distance. Right there, if you get lonely, this song another listing. Close your eyes. This is my voice, it's my disguise. I'm by your side. Oh, what
knowledge base with Opie and Anthony.
All right, listen, these Grammy moments, it's supposed to be fun and stuff. Now that one just creeped everybody out.
Yeah.
That one was a bit too creepy.
It's the type of thing he would sing while he was quietly strangling a woman named Delilah. Like he would sing it to himself, not her. What's up?
You hear his voice going,
oh, what you do to me?
oh, as the bone saw just cuts through.
He should be wearing like leather faces, like apron. That's a big Asian have on leather faces apron.
It's all stained with ancient blood of hookers gone by.
Well, we didn't get to play What Did We Learn? We'll do it real fast. Bob in Jersey, go ahead.
Hey, boys.
Hey.
Hey, boy.
I learned today that if I'm ever in a weird place and an angry, blonde-haired, wispy boy comes by, get the F out of there.
Yeah, I want to openly admit I'm just stupid. I don't think I'm that tough. I'm just stupid, though. Thank you, Bob. Let's go to Mike in Missouri. Mike.
Hey, I learned that Anthony is gay because he couldn't ask girls out, including Shawnee. Linger longer.
All right, and finally, Dead Bent. We end with you today because we're running out of time. What's up?
Hey, what's up, boys? I learned E-Rock gagging on a Tuesday sounds no different from him choking every other day. You guys suck.
Another E-Rock joke. All right, yeah, check out the E-Rock video. That's what we say today. Best cinnamon challenge ever.
Oh, yeah.
E-Rock
Watch it, man.
chokes. E-Rock
Almost
chokes.
die.
E-Rock chokes on Opie and Anthony. It's almost going viral. We're out of here. We'll see you at XM. If not, have a good day.
Later.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony.
XM Satellite Radio. There we are, where you can talk about glow-in-the-dark cats.
Can I point something out?
All you
too?
want. Yes,
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
The Daily News is talking about like there's a bias attack on the paper. Where I think some Jews were taunted by like these white supremacists or whatever they were.
Yeah.
Once front page news, and on the Daily News, like on page 5. And I want to know where the story about the black girls who fucking attacked the white guy went and videotaped it. Where's that story?
No. They
Where
got to
is
talk
it?
about how the Muslim guy was the hero and rescued a bunch of Jews on the subway. Super Muslim. I don't know. I think he just got his ass kicked, too, is pretty much what the story goes. They go, yeah, this Muslim guy stepped in and saved these Jewish guys. Apparently, there were a few Jews on a train. They own it. No, it's not a joke. A few Jews were on a train. They were wishing each other happy Hanukkah. And some white supremacists heard it and decided it was time to beat them up because of their religion. Obviously, a hate crime. And then this Muslim guy decides he's going to step in. And he got his eyes, both of them, blackened. This guy's ass kicked. And then they're kind of billing this as Muslim rescues Jews from subway thugs, because that makes a better story than the truth, which is a guy stepped in. It was nice of him. Kind of stupid. I would never, ever do that. Get yourself shot or stabbed. And he got his ass handed to him also. But it makes it a cute little story. Muslims and Jews getting beat up together by white supremacists. Sort of a feel-good story if it wasn't so many hate groups.
He's a big kid, too. This fucking, what's his name?
There's so much hate involved in that story that it's now a love story.
It's very hard to get a feel-good story out of so much hatred and separatism.
Joseph Jervik. And he's a big boy.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not saying he shouldn't go to jail or shouldn't be paying. I'm not saying that this is wrong to talk about this, but it's amazing how fast they move away from the... My girlfriend's real liberal. We were talking about this. I'm like, why are they so afraid to report it evenly?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is it in white people that makes it like this should be reported? These guys are fucked up. They're bothering Jews on the train for no reason. They should be fucking charged with hate crimes. But why are they so afraid to point out that side of black people? Like, I don't understand where what that says to you when you're saying that black people are as guilty of thinking that way as we are.
It doesn't enrage people as much. When you see a group like this, a bunch of white guys, and they beat up a bunch of Jewish guys, it doesn't enrage people when you read it like it does when white people read about a group of black guys beating up white people. Because then we look at it and go, oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Why isn't someone doing something about it? And the papers know that it enrages white people. So they print it like that. That's the news. This, people just go, oh, what? White people fighting? Who cares?
I don't know why they don't print bias attacks like that. I just don't understand why. I can't comprehend the media's purpose. My girlfriend's like, well, the history is different. I'm like, okay.
We should get someone on the phone that could maybe explain that.
I would
that
love
would
to
be
know
pretty
that.
interesting. Because I didn't even notice that until you brought it to my attention, and now I do take a look and go, wow, man, Jimmy's right. A lot of this stuff is buried in the middle of the fucking paper.
And it's not that they shouldn't report white on black hate crime. I don't mean that, but I just don't know why. Like when why was Fat Nick so interesting to be in the paper as prominently featured? Like, why is the media comfortable with that? But when it comes to like these girls fucking videotaping this white or Spanish guy or whatever, they're like, well, the attack may have been by. They're always the benefit of the doubt. It's like they don't think blacks can think that way. It's really a bizarre elitism, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Richard Huff could help us because he works for the media. Like, what's the thinking in the newsroom?
He might be too scared.
No, I don't know. He seems pretty ballsy, man. I would like to know.
Oh, Richard Huff? I mean, see if Richard Huff knows. Do a little pre-interview. I don't want to waste his time if he's going to be like, I don't know. Hey, we got Tony in studio.
Yes.
Tony's been with us for how long, Tony?
Geez, like about a year and a half now.
Year and a half. And
what do you do?
I kind of hang out in the back, do a little writing. I stopped fetching coffee for a while. That's why you guys don't see my face so much.
You work for us?
You remember me from the party the other night?
Wow.
Who are you?
Really don't know who he
I'm
is.
an intern.
So you're Bob Kelly.
No.
You don't have to politely laugh. It's a bad joke.
He was really
little
fake
nervous.
laughing at you, Jimmy.
Yeah, Tony's a little nervous.
The big boy table.
It's been brought to you're at the big boy table. It's been brought to our attention that you're coming up with a lot of interesting ideas that are at least worth talking about on the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah. I have a couple.
Like you got a twisted little head of yours there.
Yeah, it's just I saw the other week when we had the ladies in here, and it was going real good, and they kind of just stopped in the middle because we couldn't do anything. So I got inspired to write a couple more bits and bring some old ones back up, and pitch them like that. So I got I think 6 or 7 ideas, and I have one actually fleshed out that if we got time, you guys want to do, we could actually do it.
Right? Is that Name That Poon?
Yeah, Name That Poon.
It's all set and ready to go.
That one is...
well, save that for last, because we're going to do that one.
Okay.
Because we got in front of us, we're going to give it a try. But you have some other ideas.
Sure.
And some of these we want to try to make happen.
And these are now. Let me ask you. 'Cause I don't know you at all. I mean, I've seen you. I obviously know you're Tony. You're sweet. You don't listen to other radio shows and get these ideas from any other radio shows.
No,
I'm only asking that because again, we don't know.
It'll be pretty obvious.
Okay. Okay.
All right, well, I guess I'll just go into it.
Yeah.
Okay. First one I got is called That's My Duty. What happens is a lineup of 4 people stand in studio. A picture of excrement is then presented to the host of the show. After a scrutinizing examination, they will then make a prediction of which of the people in studio produced that duty. After the predictions and or bets are placed, the person who's responsible for it steps up and says, "That's my duty." Round 2 and 3 follow as the first, and a number of people in the lineup and pictures of the duty are subject to change for allotted time and level of difficulty.
We're kind of doing Rate My Duty right now, right?
Yeah.
Are they ripping off Tony? Who?
I don't know. Both of the bits have been in production for a while. Rate My Duty took a while to get off the ground, and Tony's took a while. So
We actually have something going on with, what's the website? I think we're supposed to start promoting it anyway. RateMyShit.com? What is it?
RateYourDuty.com.
RateYourDuty.com?
Yeah.
And some of the guys have put pictures up?
I think so.
Have you rated your duty, Sam?
No, I haven't rated mine, but Danny has been bragging about his duties for quite some time, and I'm interested to see the type of results he can muster.
I gotta be
up.
honest. Dan does push out some giant ones. He does. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you guys a picture of a Pepto shit in the very near future. I got to my formula finally. Got to chug a lot of Pepto after a nice big spaghetti dinner. Wait a couple days, and I'm gonna give you the picture of a lifetime because it clogs me up, and then it's just forced out eventually.
You don't understand how desperately he wants to give a picture of this to somebody. He's trying to find any reason to hand a picture of his log to somebody. It could be for any reason.
Yes. Absolutely. I want in on this thing.
I can't even look at that.
Here's what I'll take. I'll take a picture of an almond shit. When I eat a lot of almonds, it hurts my stomach a little bit, but it gives me a pile. It looks like something that would destroy homes in Southern California. It's just a flume.
That's not real. Come on, that's sausage.
Who's
Someone put sausage in the toilet.
No, these are some of the... You really got to go to this website.
Dude,
It's
no
funny.
one could do that.
RateYourDuty.com.
Wait, what's the chili con carne on the bottom?
Get it up here, too. They're
There. That's
a very... That's a very funny fucking name. Rate Your Duty.
Oh,
what
that's
a
horrible.
childish site.
No, it sucks. It says RateYourDuty.com, and then our logo is proudly displayed at the top of the freaking website. But there it is. So what's the purpose of this? People rate how good it is?
Yeah, like listeners can upload their own pictures.
Yeah.
And, staff
goody.
members and everyone else can upload their pictures.
Do they have the best duty? Can we see the best duty so far? Is there any way to do that?
I believe they have a scoring system.
There is a scoring system.
Yes.
I don't know how
It's
people...
kinda like how you-
what criteria is used for scoring? Size, consistency, placement, shape. What is used? Just an instinct that they go, that's a good one. I want to vote 5 stars.
It's kind of like the girl sites that came before this, where you rate my wow, rate my tits. Rate
Well,
my ass.
like
and it's just,
bigger tits or tits that are nice and firm. It's just
it's a feel because some people like small tits, so they'll give a 10 to small tits. It's the same thing. It's like you said, it's a feel. You look at that picture, like that picture right there. I know this is very visual. I'm feeling a 6. So, boof, I'll give this person a 6.
You'd give that a 6 then, that shit.
Maybe even less.
Yeah, that's pretty
It
basic.
does have a corkscrew quality.
It's got
to
a
it.
corkscrew. About a couple of inches of it is actually out of the water, hitting the side of the bowl, which will leave a nice streak when they flush. But there isn't much water in the balls.
Looks like a door handle. It looks like one of those door handles that you push
Fancy
down.
door handle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we see another
Welcome
one?
to the Hotel Colon, sir.
This is rateyourduty.com. They're advertisers on this fine show. Only the best advertisers for the Opie and Anthony show. See, toilet paper ruins any duty
Points
shot.
off for toilet paper in the shot.
I'm feeling it too. Toilet paper ruined it. You got to throw the toilet paper in a wastebasket and then remove the wastebasket.
No,
What
you put
is
it on the
that?
side. You bag on the side.
It's like a dead parakeet.
That one is this game's easy. This is it's impressive, but it's outside. It could be an animal. I'm going 3. That's all.
Can I tell you that these
That's
shits
all.
they're all child's play. There's a website. I forget what it was called.
Look at this
Snake
one.
goes in the hole. Snake crawls out of the hole.
This
Eel.
one's right
Snake,
out of
whatever.
This one's right out of the movie The Deep.
Wait, what the fuck is it called? God damn it.
That one
If that's real, that's a fucking 5-star.
Yeah, it looks like
That's 500 to a dominatrix.
That is. Oh, God damn! It just grossed me the
that's
fuck out looking
probably
at
the
it.
equivalent of 3 feet of intestine right there. Right there. All right, so
Oh, that's neat.
Someone tied a bowline with their.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's one you wear like on your lapel at an event.
yeah.
It looks like an unawareness shit.
that person that did that shit has breast cancer because they got the breast cancer ribbon.
What are you looking for?
Or the shit is in the shape of a breast.
What? Air conditioning.
You do know we're broadcasting, right?
Sir, what air conditioning? Wait.
You're
this
air
one.
conditioning guy?
Oh, he's with there. Okay.
All right. Just
What's
wanna
wrong with
make
the air
sure.
conditioning? It's not on.
You don't have any. Check the dampers. Check the fire dampers. I think they closed. Hate air conditioning.
All right, so
Love air conditioning.
well, the guy walks
Good
through
job.
this picture of shit on the fucking monitor.
All right. So rate your duty is sort of being done.
Okay.
But good job.
Excuse me, I won't give out that side. Okay, go ahead.
All right, my next one I got.
Do you want to give out that side? I
No,
interrupted you.
because I won't, because I don't want to compete with Rate My Duty.
Oh.
RateYourDuty.com.
Oh, no need to humiliate me. I'm sorry. RateYourDuty.com.
Really? What are you getting out of this? Plugola?
Exactly.
What's
We're
going on
lunch.
with you?
No, I'm not a Rate Your Duty sponsor.
Yeah, there's something going on. You're getting cocaine for mentions? We're going back to the old days, Plugola?
The 80s?
No, I don't do any
Where'd you
of
get,
that
a free
stuff.
trip to the Caribbean coming in here to promote that?
No, I'm not in here to promote Rate Your Duty. It just came
Plugola.
up.
You
What
got
do
a
you
little-
get?
He's got a little Plugola payola in him. Look at him.
Besides skin lightening stuff like Michael Jackson, what do they give you as a gift?
Yeah, what are they giving you?
No, I'm
hookers?
just-
Hookers in hotel rooms? What do you get?
I'm just such a big RateYourDuty.com fan.
There you go again. What do you get
What?
for that?
No, I'm just
An
saying.
8-ball?
I just love RateYourDuty.com. It's one of my favorite things to talk about.
With your friends too?
Yeah.
Family?
Yeah, whoever's around.
All right. Tony, next idea.
All right. It's called Deadliest Catch. It's a head-to-head matchup where 2 contestants battle each other by dipping their ball bags into a bushel of live angry crabs.
I like the adjective angry.
Yes.
Like live happy crabs wouldn't frighten anybody.
Live angry
You gotta
crabs.
shake up the crabs before you dip your ball
Wow.
bag in.
Deadliest catch.
Like if they're laughing, we wouldn't do it.
And you got to make sure you have hairy balls so they have something to grab onto and start. Then they crawl up the hairy balls and then get to your nutsack.
Wow.
They'd have to be small though, because you couldn't risk the fucking ball bag being severed.
Yeah, like
I say we
Wow,
do
we're
it.
not
I
going to
say
get
we,
king crabs like they catch on the fucking Deadliest Catch TV
I say
show.
we do it with lobsters. Let's twist your idea. Let's do it with lobsters.
Now lobsters are fucking strong.
That would actually cut their balls off.
You couldn't do that.
No, it won't cut your balls off.
Oh, that'd
it'll
cut their
pinch a little
balls
bit
off.
though.
You're like the fucking retarded Chuck Barris. You come up with all these game ideas.
The Dong Show.
That's his next
Wait.
idea.
All right, here's the problem with that idea though. So they dip their balls in crabs. What else? You
Okay.
need a bunch of things for them to dip balls in.
I was just going to just finish it, and then...
All right, go ahead. What apology?
Go ahead.
I interrupted you.
Sorry, I didn't want to take you off script.
Yeah, no, because I was going to
Way
say
to
at
go
the
with
end.
the flow here, Jesus.
Sorry. The winner is determined by the amount of crabs that latch onto their scrotum and are transferred to another container.
Okay.
They make as many trips back and forth as they can in the allotted time, and hopefully Mike Rowe will be available for commentary that day in studio.
First of all, Mike probably wouldn't do that, but I like the idea a lot. It's kind of like the egg race, but
Yeah.
instead of a spoon and an egg, it's your genitals with a prehistoric animal attached to them.
Can we take that one to the lab? Is Pat Duffy around to take that one to the lab?
You guys, I mean, you guys can feel free to do whatever with them.
We have to take some of these to the lab to see if they're going to work.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah.
it could be boring radio. We got guys lined up. We got the crabs and no crabs biting onto the ball bag, and now we just sit here waiting.
Yeah.
They'd bite the ball bag.
You take the bite?
How could you not?
Right.
Fucking fleshy
They'd pinch.
distraction.
They would pinch it.
My balls are being pinched.
Okay, the next one, like I said, Ope, when last time those chicks weren't here, I don't know if this was gonna fly because of what happened, but I already wrote it. So, it's called Tampon Tug of War.
Tampon Tug of War.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what it is it's a head-to-head round-robin double elimination tournament that will crown one lucky woman the champion of pussy gription.
I like tampon tug of war too, and they don't even have to be on their period. You just see who has the tightest.
This is sounding good.
That's a good
I
idea.
know where
didn't think
Tony's
of that. I actually didn't think of that.
I like the fact
It's
that you
even
call
better.
the pussy a you-know-what. the tightest you-know-what. Let's see, wallets, assholes.
Well, we're not allowed to talk about pussies today, so I got a little
I know.
confused there, Jimmy.
Oh, is that frustrating?
Yeah, boy, was it. Anyway.
Two women face each other while in their patented crab walk positions, while at the same time joined by an elongated tampon string with a tiny little triangle flag marking the middle. The victor will be decided by which woman still has her tampon inserted in her cunt after crab walking backwards. If there is a stalemate, the winner will be determined by the position of the mini triangle flag in regards to their starting
Now, this
position.
is a very interesting contest because, like, the girl could do something to make sure it stays in there, but if the other girl pulls too hard, there could be a problem. So then you have to decide as the woman how far you're willing to go with this to win the contest.
How about this? They're only allowed to insert in studio. They don't have to be looking at us, but like they can't hold it in their bodies with any glue or any of that shit. So they have to put it on in front of us.
I was thinking maybe if we can, there could be any insertion. Maybe we could like cut out like a refrigerator box or something and put it over the middle of it, and then whoever comes out with it sticking out of their cunt wins.
You like saying cunt, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Do I?
that's a
I'm
big
sorry.
word for you.
It's better if you write it up without the word cunt in it because there's something just better about it.
Yeah, because some of these we're going to have to, give to the lawyers, and I don't think they want to see cunt written a million times.
Absolutely. They have to deal with it every day when they go home.
Maybe I Fan Helm. He always helps me out with my speech.
All right. What's the next one?
My next one's called Penthouse Pet or Homeless Ball Sweat.
Yeah, I heard about this one. I like this.
Okay. For this bit, we will need one or more penthouse pets and homeless gentlemen. We will also need a few sets of identical underwear. The pet will then put one of the underpants on we provide and proceed to pleasure herself until she reaches the height of passion. The homeless gentleman will also put on a pair of underpants we provide and proceed to do various calisthenic activities, like jumping jacks or squats. We will then have the two parties remove their undergarments and place them in an airtight plastic baggie.
Has to be airtight?
I want to keep the scent in there, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like a Ziploc?
Yeah. Perfect.
Lock in the freshness?
This is where the listener will come in and compete for a swell prize. They will proceed to choose a baggie and on the host command, open them up quickly and jam them over their head and onto their face like a surgical mask. They will then be told a specific amount of time they're required to keep the underpants on their face, which will be decided by you guys. The best part of the bit is there is no loser. The listener that chooses the pet's underwear will be the loser of the contest, but will enjoy the sweet scent of Penthouse Gash. The winner of the contest will be the listener that chooses the homeless guy's underwear, as long as he keeps it on for that amount of time, but he will enjoy that swell prize.
Very nice.
And that's
No losers in that
no
one,
losers
right?
in that one.
No.
No,
How could you be a loser in that, right?
absolutely.
That's a good one.
Everybody wins. All right, I got the old Tranathlon. This one is this is like my epic of my bits. This is the big one.
This is the biggie? This is the one you're hoping we do?
Yeah, well, no. I hope you do all of them, but I'm just saying this one is going to take the most time and the most
But
resources.
I
and stuff.
heard through sources that you actually have done a lot of the prep work for this next bit.
Yeah, I have the numbers in my wallet right now. I have like 8 of them. I saved them all.
It's just sweet numbers.
You'd be surprised how many are willing to. They're like, yeah, sure. Like I thought I was going to have to go through like 1,000. Well, I'll explain it because I'm giving it away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. The Tranathlon is a contest where multiple trainees compete in a 3-part event in order to be crowned the first Opie and Anthony Tranathlon champion. The first round will be a talent portion up to the individual tranny. The second round will be a swimsuit competition. I had a little funny joke. It says minus points for visible duct tape. But I wasn't going to read that, but I figured I had to. And then the third round...
Safe way to get it out there. Who do you think you're dealing with? Who are your fucking aunts and uncles we don't recognize who you just did there?
And the third round will be a bench press competition. The winner, the tranny, being who benches the most. Rounds 1 and 2 will be scored with 10-point scale. Round 3, 10-point scale, but extra 5 points for the most benching. The judges, there'll be 3 judges, hopefully consisting of comedians from the show, who will be responsible for giving the scores, but more importantly, giving the trannies the ridicule that they deserve.
Good luck ridiculing trannies. They're nuts. But I'll cut you with a fucking razor soaked in garlic. Out of your mind? They're men. I'm kidding, of course. I'm kidding, ladies. You're not.
I've heard you've
contradicted myself, didn't I?
I've heard you've been online, kind of like trying to find some contestants.
Yeah, I have. Actually, let me see. I'll tell you how many I got right now.
Have you talked to some of these people?
Yeah, and surprisingly,
You keep tranny numbers in your wallet.
yeah, I got it. It's
That's great.
It's mixed up with my massage card. Let me get it out of the way. Hold on.
I walked in on him like weeks ago, and he's just on the phone, and he did it all. It's his own idea. He just picks up the phone, and I look at what he's got on the computer, and he was trolling through Craigslist looking for trannies and calling up their phone numbers and saying, "Hey, I'm with the no, I'm with XM Satellite Radio.
There you go.
Yeah,
contest in studio."
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 out of the 7 said they would do it. They just need a date, and the other one wants to know about money. So, I figured that the Rately hour. I didn't say anything about the money.
Rately hour.
The hour rate.
Hourly rate. Have you been? Have you been with this tranny?
No. I've never been with a tranny.
Okay.
But I just know, I've been on Craigslist before, so I've seen, the trannies when you're trolling by all the time.
How'd you find the trannies? What'd you search in the Craigslist search engine?
Just tranny. That's it. T for M. You know what I'm talking about, right? T for M?
No, gee, I've never seen that one. Why don't you just ask me if I use DOS prompt to log in? Fuck.
So I mean, I don't think finding them would be a problem. It was a long time ago that I talked to these ones, but they were so like not really concerned about it that they would do it.
And what are the 3 events again? Bench pressing.
Well, that's the payoff. The first one, they come in and do a talent and then a swimsuit. So I guess they kind of think it's real, and then we bring out the bench press. And whoever, that's like the one who's going to win really because they get extra bonus points. I didn't tell them. I just told them it was going to be a talent, a swimsuit. I didn't mention the bench press.
They're ready to go.
Yeah, like I said, 6 out of 7 were like, just tell me when and let me know.
Oh my God!
All right,
we might have to do that one.
That's right. And then there's the bonus part where everyone has to sign and say whoever recognizes Jim has to pretend they don't. No, that could be it. I just want to make 100% sure that another show didn't do it. That's all I care about.
No, I mean,
so it's a big concern.
If I'm sure somewhere along the line somebody has had a tranny and sing or something, but I don't. The big payoff for me, I'm thinking on this bet
is the connection she'll make.
No, I think bench pressing. I don't think trannies bench pressing has ever been done on the radio.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I had to think about it.
I mean, if we have the guys in, I mean, I think it would just be hilarious. But you said I don't know, maybe they'll punch somebody, so maybe I got to think about that too. Okay. All right.
I think it'd be funny. There's definitely something to do with transsexuals.
Yeah.
Sure.
I like Homeless or Penthouse the best.
Yeah, that's a good one so far.
You like the name? I thought it might have been a little too hacky. Penthouse Pet or Homeless Bowl Sweat.
Whatever. We could fucking rework the name.
Pet
but
Sweat.
Actually, the name is pretty funny.
I like that.
Shoehorn a few words in.
I like that. I like the fucking. I like the crab one, and I like the trend. There's 3 of them I like. The duty
Your
one's
ideas
fine.
are very creative. Yeah.
Okay.
You got more?
Yeah. Well, I have the Name That Poon we could do.
Name That Poon.
Yeah.
You got all the other ideas out?
Yeah. The other ones I have. I just have another one, but it's not really done. And I was kind of right. You know what? I'll just do it.
Just do it. You gotta take a risk.
Nah, let it rip.
Yeah.
All right. It's called Here Comes the Bride. Everybody knows a wedding can be very stressful, and it's also taxing on the old pocketbook, especially for the bride. From making all the arrangements to writing her vows, and most of all, picking out her special dress. This bit allows the bride to relax as well as save lots of money. So, we get somebody in here to sponsor dresses. Now, Opie, we all know you're getting married soon. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you, sir. I will not be part of that.
We can find the sponsor to supply a dress, and the groom could try it on in front of her. Oh, wait. You don't need money for a dress, and you're the star of the show.
Oh, he's going into
bit mode.
Only if we
going into
found
a
some,
bit.
only if we had someone else
no.
who was getting married.
Oh boy, he's improving. E-Rock's getting married.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Well.
That changes everything.
That changes everything, doesn't it? No, but that's why I just kind of I don't have it.
What
I don't have
the
it
fuck
that
was that? What is that? I don't know what you did.
That's Tony writing.
You wanted to get an
not
E-Rock
that. Look,
joke?
it's not.
Let me
It's
see
not,
it.
it's
Let
not
me
printed.
Here comes the right. All right.
He wanted to sound like he just came up with it.
Yeah.
No, but I never really finished it. It was like, we get a sponsor to bring in dresses.
He actually wrote now Opie. Oh, this is the conversation.
Yeah. That's
You should be shot with a shit gun for this. Hold on, let me. Now, Opie.
We tried to do diarrhea fucking super soaker. Remember they said no to that.
Now, Opie, we know you're getting married soon. Congrats. He actually wrote with a little carrot, a little upside down fucking boomerang. Congrats. you squeezed in congrats.
Congrats.
Too long.
We will find a sponsor to
I'm getting
supply
hot
multiple
face.
dresses for the groom to try on in front of her as she relaxes and kicks her feet up. Oh, the groom will try on dresses. Oh, wait.
You want me
You
to
have
try
plenty of
on
money.
fucking wedding?
And you're the...
He actually wrote that. Oh, wait.
the
Is
worst,
it written?
The
Oh,
worst part.
wait.
The worst part's coming up.
Okay.
And I guess you didn't know if you were going to read this at CBS or over here.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, and then he puts like 3 dots. Wait, 3 more dots. You have plenty of money, and you're the star of the show. Darn.
Yeah. It's CBS.
Darn.
All right, they can't all
Wait,
be
what's
winners.
this? What's this? Are we gonna do this after the fucking festival in Dock Hollywood? What the fuck is this shit? Darn. Oh well. You actually wrote out your reactions. Hold on. Oh
Yeah.
well. If that's an H and a bunch of M's, I'm spitting in your face. Is that what that
Which
is?
one?
Right there.
No. That's I scribbled out the word.
Oh, okay, I was gonna spit on you. Oh well. Only if we know of someone else that's getting married soon. Did you fucking improv a little joke? Like you wrote down like a little funny
Yes,
interaction?
a little.
Hold on. The reason
Little
why
Like you and the boss were gonna bond, and he was like, oh, "Come on, you know I can't do that, guy." And you're gonna go, "Oh, darn."
that was honestly, I'm not even kidding. I wrote that. You guys were watching me write that. They didn't say a word. I was planning on when I do presenting that bit the same day or the next day.
You say present very weird. It has to be brought
Say it
to
again.
everyone's attention.
I say present, but I should say present, right?
Doesn't matter.
No, you say present.
Present.
Present, yes.
Present.
Look, I fuck up a lot of things, so I'll
But he's
acknowledge
got
that.
pizzazz.
But I'm noticing the present is
Excuse
said
me?
a little differently.
Darn.
Oh darn.
All right, go ahead, Tony.
All right. That's it. So now I have the one that we flushed out here, ready to go.
What, did you finish the one you were just trying to describe, though?
Oh well, yeah,
Yeah,
it's really funny because
what's
the banter he wrote in was so organic. Oh well, only if we know of someone else that's getting married soon. I hope the sponsor brings some sample sizes. Say, are you about a size 14?
Like that. He liked that bit.
Is that written?
He liked that line.
It's written. And if it would hurt the paper, I'd bite it.
Hey, we got a name for your homeless game, though. I think Dana from Minnesota nailed it. Dana, what's up?
Morning, guys.
Dana.
Jimmy, you're hilarious. I can't wait till you come to Minneapolis.
Thank you, buddy.
Tony, I got a good name for your underwear game. You guys can call it Penthouse or No House.
Oh, that's good.
Penthouse or no house isn't a bad idea.
Shorter.
Punch it out, gentlemen.
Brings in the homeless angle,
Homeless.
brings in the hotness angle. All right. We're going to do one of your bits.
All right.
We decided to do Name That Poon.
All right. Sounds good.
You want to do it after the break so we can take leaks?
I got to take a piss, and me and you should do a little naming of our own.
All right, quick.
Now, Jim, will you be participating in one of these games? Will you?
Yeah.
Well, now you make enough money. I don't think you should. But let me think of somebody that could. Well, I'll tell you.
Well, now, Ant, since you're the host of the show,
I think we could find someone else. Parentheses. E-Rock. Oh shit! Shouldn't have read that.
All right, we're going to take a break.
Dot.
We're actually going to do one of your ideas next, Tony. It's Name That Poon on the Opie and Anthony Show in just a bit.
Lovely Nordic nymph, jiggly Jimmy Norton. No, that pulchritude is real. It's real. Smooth amoeba-like skin. Smooth where it counts. Shaved like a buxom baby. As hairless as a toad. Too much for one man. Without apology.
Getting ready to do Tony's idea here on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, we do it now?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Name That Poon. Tony's idea. How do we play, Tony?
Like that.
All right, what I got is I got some audio from celebrity sex tapes.
Did ya?
Used to play this game.
Yes.
The host is gonna, which will be me. I'm gonna read a clue for a clip, and the players.
Who decided you're going to be the host of Name That Poon?
Oh well, I don't have to be. I just have the chorus. Anybody else
might want to said if it's okay with you guys, I want to be the host of my game that I came up with.
You know, by telling us these, you are also giving up all rights to said games. They are now in possession of us. We own the rights to them now. It's almost like a band with their first record deal. You get fucked in the ass.
Yeah.
Teasing, of course.
All right, I'm gonna read a clue for the clip, and then all three of you guys are playing, right? O'Brien and Jim.
Yeah, didn't you write that dialogue in?
Well, wait, you're all three of you.
Oh, I forgot to. I had to get more seats. Oh, drats.
He's gonna write everything he says.
Oh, he's the worst. With his little dots so he knows where to pause. But you never spoken English. you write English, but I would have to write German. Like he wouldn't know to pause if he didn't. Give me that paper one more time briefly.
He would just plow right through it.
Whatever.
Damn it.
All right.
Like if you didn't write your pauses in, like he wrote it like kicks your feet up. Oh, wait. You have plenty of money. You would have just barreled through that. Oh, wait, you have plenty of money and you're star of the show. Darn, oh, well, only if we do. Hey,
wait. Oh, wait. Spock. He's doing fucking Shatner impressions of me.
That's right. Oh, wait, you're Bones. You're the doctor.
Bones.
You don't need this.
Hey, I need the guys to look into the Mitchell report. I don't know if this is true, but Crisco from Grand Rapids writes, stupid Roger Clemens' name is featured prominently in the Mitchell report. Goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious.
Well, who doesn't think Clemens is taking steroids? He's 57 and he's still fucking striking everybody out. Of course he is. Should be. Of all the dramatic things, Roger Clemens is moving his foot like a horse in Steinbrenner's box. Roger Clemens, his buttocks are showing.
We look at the dugout. Syringes are in everybody's asses.
We got anything on that yet?
I was not part of this last 5 seconds.
Oh, boy.
No, that's good.
The Mitchell report might be out. The Mitchell report might be out. Steroids, baseball, that whole thing.
Okay.
You know
See if we can find
something?
it.
I'd rather get that than one of the E-Rock, where he tries to cover. It's like Dan was like, no, it wasn't part of the last 5 seconds. I was doing something. I came in.
You can respect that. What do you got, Travis?
It's not out yet.
Shut
I
up.
don't know what he's talking about.
Oh,
all right, well,
sorry.
that's why I'm asking. That's all.
No.
All right.
Not yet.
All right, name that poon. Let's go there, Tony.
Don't let Anthony compliment you on the air. It's degrading to the host. Now let me call him to see if it is. It's I'll flip you the bird. Than, have a talk with Steve. He flipped me the bird.
Will do. I'll just text him.
Yes, sir. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys are going to alternate bidding on how few seconds you guys are going to need to identify the celebrity who's getting banged. As in, I can name that poon in 3 seconds.
Oh, okay. Like name that tune.
But instead it's poon.
Only, yes, it's poon, which is slang for pussy. I get it now.
All right. Nice.
Oh.
How about we just play, like, how long is each track?
I think the longest one is a minute and a half.
Dude, but that doesn't go by the rules of name that poon.
He was fairly insistent on going by the right.
You gotta go like, I could name that poon in, and then a certain amount of seconds, I guess. And then the person goes, well, Name that poon.
All right, I can name that poon in 0 seconds.
Oh, you want to hear
Christ.
the clue yet?
Jesus.
The clue.
No,
There's
boy,
official
0
clues.
seconds. You're ruining the game.
0 seconds.
All right,
There's
what's
only
the-
4 sex tapes out there. I'm going to take a shot here. I'm going to go with Pam Anderson as my first answer.
No, don't ruin it.
My
You're
second
ruining
answer
this
is going to
game.
be Paris Hilton. My third will be Kim Kardashian. And my fourth guess...
Amy Fisher.
Amy Fisher.
And fifth is China. Go ahead.
And fifth is China. There you go.
All right. Name that poon.
Go ahead.
All right, let's just go clockwise here. I'll read the first clue, and then you start.
Clockwise?
And you start the bidding.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Once gracing the pages of Playboy, this annoying bitch rose to fame in the early 90s.
Jesus Christ. I can name that poon in 0 seconds.
I got more.
Oh, okay, good. This is tough.
Oh, my God.
Fortunately for us all, the only thing that fell faster than her career was her pushy husband in order to fuck her doggy style in this video. Okay? Now, let the bidding start at 1 minute and 30 seconds.
I will name that poon in 30 seconds.
Anthony, name that poon.
1 second.
What?
All right.
So he has to name it because 1 second there's no more.
Jim, name that poon.
All right.
Pam Anderson.
Hold on, I got to play the clip.
I'll play the clip.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to stick with the game.
Go ahead.
Can I make it show this?
Pam Anderson.
And it is indeed.
You are indeed wrong, sir. You are wrong. You are wrong. Now,
see, smart asses.
You'll play the rest of the clip, and I guess whoever just says it first wins. I guess.
Oh,
If you don't have a buzzer. So.
Hands on buzzers.
Imagery.
Dakota Fanning.
So you can study it. Move your camera. Just move your hands. Don't put your hands to your side.
Baby, no, my scar is on there.
Take them off so we see the scars and see the difference.
Here, this is the scar. God, your fucking mouth.
Take the bra off. Now, drop the panties. Just let them go. You're a freak. You see this? Oh my God, hon. Turn. All fours.
Peter is sticking out.
I got it.
Oh.
Dorothy Stratton, right before he shot her.
All right, I guess nobody got that one?
No, tough one.
Gina Lee Nolan.
Yeah,
Gina
but we
Lee
didn't hear the
Nolan.
fucking part.
Well,
he was flipping around.
All right, hold on. We got at least,
Gina Lee Nolan?
Got to get something out of this bit.
Bitch is that?
No one knows who she is.
No, baby, go on all fours.
All right, hold on.
Doggy.
Honey,
Go
my
doggy.
babies are hurting. Oh my God, I'm really bad.
Well,
I'm
stop
really
your
bad.
bitching.
Okay, prick face. God, you know, selfish one. I'm in pain.
See the ass. Smile for daddy. Move towards that wall.
Daddy.
Stop.
Great.
Stop. Face the camera. Perfectly framed. Put your hands forward. Stop.
I don't feel comfortable here. Baby, you're gonna hurt me. You need pillows and blankets. Owie!
Sorry.
You're hurting me right every minute you're doing that. I mean, I can't believe what you fucking doing. Creep. I'm in pain. Is that, can you care?
No.
I am. I'm in fucking pain.
Who's fucking her?
My bra is hurting.
Some old dude.
What?
I think it's her husband that she divorced a while ago. She just had tit implants. That's what she was complaining about when he's fucking her. They were bouncing around.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What's that?
What year is that?
93. 93? 94?
Cool.
I think so.
I just guessed.
All right, you got open.
Oh, Sam's keeping track, so I get a point for that.
How? You didn't guess it.
What?
You didn't guess it.
Yeah, I said Gina Lynn.
Okay.
Lee.
That's a point for
Gina
Nolan.
Lee Nolan? What?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I did, Sam.
Who is she, by the
Thank
way?
you.
She's on Baywatch. She was in Playboy.
All right, that
Okay.
describes everybody that's made a sex tape or a drunk tape.
All right. Here's the second clue. We'll start with you, the bidding, after I'm done. This multi-talented gash made her fame through sports, music, and reality TV. Even though she has not succeeded in any of these, she certainly succeeds in making your dick limp in this video.
I could name that poon in a half a second.
All right. Well, it's 102. You wanna go with the 1 second?
1 or 2?
No, 102 is this where you start at. 1 minute and 2 seconds.
Oh, I'm going to go with 1 second.
1 second. All right, then take a shot at it. Go ahead.
All right, you'll stop it after a second?
Yes.
1 second. That's ridiculous.
One night in China.
Bang! Give me one for the boss.
Wow.
One for Ro.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. And I even cut out the obvious part of that fucking.
Which was what? Cock or wrestling?
What obvious part? I heard silence in my 1 second.
Yeah, you heard nothing.
No. I mean, out of my clue.
All right, now we get to hear her get banged.
Does that feel comfortable? You sure?
Yeah. What you gonna do?
Ugh.
You want to hold that?
That looks so hot.
Awful cock.
Her awful cock.
That clip was nice.
No.
It looked like a fleshy dunce cap. Fucking juicy clip. Meat pack.
I'm gonna leave the faucet running.
What, baby?
How long is this clip?
No.
1 minute.
Looks kind of big right there.
Why wouldn't you get like the real crazy like screaming?
There really wasn't that much in that video.
Oh.
She was like terrible.
All right, Tony.
All right, clue 3. Jimmy, this one will be for you. All
right.
I'm done. They say money can't buy you happiness, and apparently it can't buy you dick-sucking skills either. This slit shows us why sometimes it's just better to go home and jerk off. Start the bidding at 1 minute and 49 seconds.
10 seconds.
Really?
Yes.
5 seconds.
Wait, can you guys say I can name the poon?
I can name that poon.
Oh my God, you OCD freak!
I can name that poon in 5 seconds.
I could name that poon in 10 seconds.
Whoa, you got to turn.
But I already said it.
No, you said 10. He said 5. Now,
I know, but I didn't say I named that poon. So I said it the way you
nice.
wanted
Thank
me
you.
to.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jimmy. Thank you.
So I got 5 seconds.
I apologize for yelling
5
at you.
seconds.
Out of turn.
But you said 10.
I know. No, I didn't.
You can't change it. I said 5.
Wait, hold on. You know, you're a good host. You should be like Ray Combs.
Someone find this kid a closet.
I can name that kid. I can name that poon in 10 seconds.
All right.
I can name that poon in 5 seconds.
I can't name that poon.
You got to tell him to name it.
Why?
You're gonna play it.
Oh, because if you don't think you can beat it, you say name that.
What
poon.
about Jimmy though?
Well,
Yeah.
he's
Does it go back to Jimmy?
Yeah,
Back to Jimmy.
So what do you need me to say?
You don't want to guess lower than 5. You tell him to name the poon.
Name that poon.
I could name that poon in 4 seconds.
Ooh.
Jimmy.
Okay, go ahead and name it.
Me?
Now it's to me.
Yeah.
Can I hear the clue one more time, sir?
Sure. They say money can't buy you happiness, and apparently it can't buy you dick-sucking skills either. This slit shows us all why sometimes it's better to just go home and jerk off.
So she didn't suck the cock good. That's your clue in there.
Right. Okay. Well, I could name that poon in 1 second.
Wow. Let him have it.
Yeah, his first clue was too obvious. Go ahead.
All right, ready? Turn off the Tony music.
Yep.
Yep. I hear it.
That poon is Paris Hilton.
We got a tie. Nice
How come I didn't get to guess? I knew that.
Because you should have then bid 0
1 second.
or 1 or.
Oh, I actually thought it was Terry Schiavo.
Oh my God. How's my cock feel, huh?
Listen to him into this shit. Why don't we just not? We don't need to listen to this fucking. Stinks to hear it.
It's supposed to be dark. Yeah. You can see better now.
Those should be face punches.
Yeah. He's breaking her fucking copies of her CD in half.
It's hard to think. No, I don't like it that much.
Hands out, baby.
Mm. You just get behind. Just get behind.
It'd be great if she just started shitting all over his dick and pubes. Maybe there's not ass fucking her. If he just jostled loose some of that fancy rich buffet food. She started shitting brown brie cheese all over his fucking shaft. Fucking fucking velociraptor footed slut.
Doing this.
Okay. Fly over here. Come on, I want to come real quick. Yeah.
You can jack off.
Suck it.
I don't want to anymore.
So she had bad cocksucking in that?
Yeah, she wasn't very good.
I disagree. I thought she sucked a pretty good dick, Tone.
She had to really be coerced into it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, Rick Solomon is packing a huge mule. I wouldn't want to fucking work on that if I was her either. She just wants to relax in the sun.
All right.
Silence was actually more than I deserved. You should have attacked me physically and I couldn't have complained. Fucking running out of steam, zilch. Son.
How many more of these we got?
We got. I have 5. So
Wow.
Whenever you want to, it's up to you guys. Whatever you want to do.
What's up to you? You're the host.
Yeah, you're the host. That's
All
going
right,
well so far.
Let's do skip one. Go to the next. Go to the one after that.
Okay.
All right. Hellstar, you went after the clue. Her boyfriend's bush isn't the first jungle this cunt has had to live in. Her appearance on this certain show might have been a sleeper, but her appearance in this video sure isn't. Yeah, that's right. She's a fuck pig.
Why so angry?
1 minute and 11 seconds.
Wow, that's a tough clue. That's a tough clue. Can't really get much out of that. I'm gonna have to say I can name that poon in 8 seconds.
What's the clue again?
Her boyfriend's bush isn't the first jungle this cunt has had to live in. Her appearance on a certain show might have been a sleeper, but her appearance in this video sure isn't.
Okay, go. No more needed.
Oh.
I could get the answer
No.
in 7 seconds.
Oh, would you just say the poon?
What happened?
It's not how you're supposed to say it, I don't think.
Well, Tony was all right. You all right with that, Tony?
That's fine. That's fine.
I can name that poon in 3.5 seconds.
Ooh. Well, that's going to be a tough one for Than to figure out the 0.5 when he plays the clip. I can name that poon in 3.3 seconds.
I'm going to get the answer after listening to 2.7 seconds of the audio.
Wow. 2.7 now.
Why are you getting itchy? Because I'm not following the rules? You OCD freak. Another OCD freak among us.
I can name that poon in 1 second. I know the answer.
Ooh. Name that poon, Jimmy.
Let's play the clip, man.
All right, play the clip, man.
Jenny Piccolo.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Now I got to...
you guys just go whoever says it first.
All right. Let her rip.
God, you were fucking great dick.
She lived in a jungle on a reality show. Survivor.
Oh, excuse me. You know, I am mom and dad getting all the credit for genetics. What the fuck? I have the mood. You're not fucking for my mind. Can't think about your mom up to take the fuck me harder.
It's the broad with the, she had twins. I think she was on the first season. And her name is...
Beverly D'Angelo.
Beverly D'Angelo. No, her name was, she did our show.
Tamb or something.
I forgot her name, but she had twins. I know
That hose bag that used to come in?
Hose bag that used to come in.
No, that was Kim.
Yeah.
No, not Kim.
All right. That was the hose bag I was talking
From
about.
the first season, she's got a weird
nice
nose.
hose
Like her
bag,
nose, she's almost cute, but she has like a weird, like, blocky nose.
Yeah.
I win?
Blocky nose
Need a
girl?
name.
Get ready. I'll give you another hint. JL initials.
Yeah, I know. Jenna.
Last name? Good enough. Give it to the
Gina
boss.
Lola Brigida.
Jenna Lewis.
Jenna Lewis from Survivor. She used to do our show.
John
take the
Lovitz.
Let's hear how
Jack LaLanne.
Jake LaMotta.
Joey Lawrence.
Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lundergaard.
For your camera? God damn Jesus Christ. That felt so fucking good.
Yeah.
Oh, she likes that.
Yeah. All right, let's. All right,
Let's hang this game up.
Okay, that's it.
One more.
Well, that means I win, which is
No, we got one
That would be a good
more.
place to end this then if I win.
Go ahead.
What?
One more.
One more. All right.
All right, one more.
All right, play the last one there, Than.
Is it 9 or 8?
8's the last one, I believe.
All right.
All right, who do we leave off on? Oh, this is for you here. This Academy Award-winning slut didn't start out in Hollywood making cinema classics. She started out like a good girl should, sucking cock on camera for real. 57 seconds.
What?
An Oscar winner?
She was Academy Award winner.
That's a fucking Oscar.
Fucking
you
Oscar.
zilch.
It's
I'm sorry, I'm nervous. I'm just reading from the paper. Like
Academy Award. Oh, not an Oscar, an Academy Award. Shit.
douche.
Academy Award winner.
Someone wants to know how he managed to make fucking boring.
No.
All right, wait. What's the clue
I know
again?
this one anyway, so.
This Academy Award-winning slut didn't start out in Hollywood making cinema classics. She started out like a good girl should, sucking cock on camera for real. 57 seconds to start.
I will guess.
I almost remember
I
this.
do know this one.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Of course, I know a lot about the Oscars.
I'm gonna go with
It's one you wouldn't think.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with Estelle Getty.
How many seconds?
Going back a ways. Yeah, you gotta say I can name that poon in, and then you give seconds.
The answer will be given to you after listening to this for a mere 65 seconds.
It only goes up to 57.
Oh.
You're not playing by the rules.
Oh
again.
my God, you can't get the rules.
55 seconds.
All right.
You got to get the rules.
Jimmy?
Cause
I
I
can
know
name this poon in 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Wow, really?
I can name this poon in 0 seconds.
Wow.
I
All
don't
right.
even need to hear the clip.
I know I could name this poon, but I don't feel like naming this poon.
If our initials are TL, though, I will hit you. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ant. What do you got?
Halle Berry.
Sorry.
Hold on. What did you say, Jimmy?
If her initials are TL, I'll hit him.
Oh, okay. With that, I can name this poon in 1 second.
All right. Play the clip.
All right. Tracy Lords.
Sorry.
That's why I said I'll hit him.
Tina Louise.
It could be.
I said TL. I'm trying to think.
Oh no, wait.
Fuck.
So I think Jimmy automatically gets the point, right?
Yes, he does.
Why?
No, he's got to guess it.
He don't win anyway. I think he only got one, right?
I didn't get any. No, I knew it wouldn't be Tracy Lords.
Tony LoBianca. TL. Shit.
It's not Tia. I don't know where that came from.
Oh, fuck you then, Jimmy.
What's the first initial?
C.
Yeah.
Charo.
Charo?
Wait,
CS.
I have no idea.
wait, CS. Carmen Santiago. Where in the world is Carmen Santiago?
Getting fucked.
Brown Bunny. Brown Bunny.
Oh, Chloe
Chloe Slovene.
Yeah, give one to Jimmy. What's our final score, Sam?
Chloe Slovene.
Hold on a minute.
I don't think Jimmy should get a point.
Did she start in porn?
Well, it was the first.
It was the Brown Bunny film we all know about, where she actually gave head to.
That was a
what's her
misleading
name?
Because it was her boyfriend at the time.
Vincent Gallo.
That avant-garde director douche.
Gallo.
He's good. He did one called Buffalo 66, which is a good
that
movie, though.
sucked.
You didn't like that?
No.
Oh, I like Vincent Gallo.
With Christina Ricci. Was
I
she
like
in that
her,
one?
too. I heard she was fucking Lennox Lewis, or was that bullshit?
Really?
Was Lennox taxing that pussy? I heard he was.
Yeah.
Taxing
You know,
that.
Lennox was giving that pussy a beating.
Are you kidding?
Politely. Going to mash your pussy like
Why?
potatoes.
Holy shit. Well, let's hear it for Toady.
Well, who's the big winner, Sam?
Whoever tuned this out.
Whoever was smart enough to check out the Zeppelin channel.
The final scoreboard has Jim at 1, Anthony at 1.
What?
And Opie at 3.
Wow. Okay, Opie's the big winner.
Hit the music. Why?
There it is.
Congratulations, Opie.
All right.
Tony, good job, really.
Thanks, guys.
I like some of your
Appreciate it.
ideas.
Yeah, you're a clever guy.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness gracious.
God, I just don't care about this.
Well, you know something? Some people
do.
No.
Well, this is the big name.
Source
Source says Clemens will be named in Mitchell Report. This is from ESPN.com. Look it up for yourself if you don't believe us. Former New York Yankee strength trainer says information he supplied to the George Mitchell investigation regarding supplying Roger Clemens with steroids is included in the Mitchell Report, scheduled to be released later today. Brian McNamee, who worked for the Yankees and as a personal trainer for Clemens, and Yankee teammate Andy Pettitte also told investigators that on at least one occasion, Clemens was in possession of steroids from another supplier.
Whoa! Pettitte ratted him out?
No.
I don't believe that, no.
Is that what he said?
No, this guy was a personal trainer
Yeah,
for
who
Clemens
worked for the
and
Yankees.
Yankee teammate Andy Pettitte.
Oh, okay.
This-
I thought it said Yankee teammate Andy Pettitte also told investigators.
No.
Oh,
comma.
Fucking rat.
The comma saved Andy Pettitte in that
It
sense.
certainly did.
The source said McNamee told investigators he supplied Clemens with steroids while Clemens was with the Yankees and prior to Clemens joining the team. Also, the Bergen Records, citing a baseball industry official, says several prominent Yankees will be named.
My God. Goodness gracious.
It says
All right, Giambi is absolutely in there. We know that already.
It says it's going to be a rough day in the Bronx, the paper quoted the sources saying.
The Bambino? Who do you think? Who do you think?
Joe DiMaggio, he would inject steroids into his fist so he could hit Maryland better.
I'm going to go with...
So when she came home with fucking Bobby Kennedy's seat on her lip, he could punch it off her.
I'm going to go with Don Zimmer.
Do you think the Zim was shooting some roids
right into his skull?
He was in possession of hemorrhoids.
Or Mickey Mantle
sitting on that fat ass.
Mickey Mantle would shoot it into his liver to make it more adept at soaking up alcohol.
The Mick. Yes. It's prominent. Several prominent Yankees. So we're not talking some pieces of shit here.
Oh,
Some relievers or
I know
anything.
the answer.
Yeah.
Billy Martin. He would he injected it into his forehead to make it more windshield resistant.
Wow.
Oh, I think they're going to uncover that Thurman Munson was found in possession of steroids.
Yeah, he was injecting it in his armpits to try to grow wings so he could fly out of a plane in trouble.
The needle flipped out of his ass and hit the altimeter.
It's being pointed out that this guy's name is McNamee.
McNamee
is naming names.
What a McDouchey.
McDouchey, yeah.
McTattletailer.
This guy, I bet he gets some death threats.
Those death
Perhaps
threats
more
are
than that.
boring.
But Yankees did steroids.
I say bleep it.
Giambi. A-Rod.
Johnny Clemens. Yeah,
A-Rod might be a biggie.
You think A-Rod?
I hope so.
Might be a biggie.
Probably does it into his cock so when he goes to Toronto he can fuck properly.
This will change baseball as we know it.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
They're just going to allow steroids after today.
They should.
Yeah, they're going to have to.
They should.
So they're role models. It would be bad
By the
for
way,
the children.
Our buddy BJ Shea lost his producer.
Steve, why?
You know the guy?
Yeah, he's not dead. I hope.
No.
Oh.
Sorry. Roger Wood from Seattle writes, BJ Shea's old producer was fired for a bit where they make over a Pete Rose haircut and send the big-tongued mongoloid out on a date. This kid was fired just after the promo aired.
Why? That's funny.
Holy shit. Wait.
We got to get BJ on the phone. And the bit was called Queer Eye for the Retarded Guy.
It's pretty funny.
Supposedly they...
You know what?
A makeover on someone that was a little slow.
You know, yeah. Well, you know why that would get dumped? Because they're actually addressing it honestly. Because that is just a voyeuristic thing. But you do it on TV and you pretend you're compassionate, you're sweet. But if you do it honestly and goof on it, you're fired. Oh, I did Steve, who's the guy who's his producer now. Okay, that's funny.
Wow.
Well, this ain't old producer, but is this new news?
I have not heard it.
Yeah, okay. Some people are saying Cecil Fielder. Corey Lytle was on the juice to try and give him the strength to complete left turns. Jay from Florida. Sheffield was one who will be named. And the article does not say that Andy Pettit said Clemens did it. I know, we corrected that.
Yes, we corrected my misreading of the comma.
Joe Pepitone who injected into his nostrils to make them bigger and stronger. Joe Pepitone.
Joe Pepitone.
It's going to be a bad day in the Bronx, they're saying. Wow. That's going to be very interesting. We'll be all over that tomorrow. You'd like a WOW sticker, Anita. Jesus. Do we even give those out anymore?
Oh, hold on. Someone's calling me while I'm on the radio.
What?
Oh.
Hi, Mark.
What is it?
Yes, you are, but I'm on the radio, so I'll have to give you... Bye-bye.
I was going to yell curses.
No.
Like you do when I'm on the phone.
No, that's a man who's to be taken very seriously.
Mark?
Yes. He does finances, and he's a fucking wacko.
Mark.
He's a brilliant dude, and I sat there with him, and he's like... He kind of looks like fucking a little like Grandpa from the Munsters, but he's younger, but he's insane.
Hope so.
And he's like a 4th-degree black belt. He's a real weird little fella. Yeah.
Ooh, sounds it.
Yeah.
All right.
You hung up real quick, though, so we couldn't yell curse words.
Of course I did.
I don't like how you do that. Because me, it's always cunt this and...
Well, you're in luck. Hold on.
Oh.
Hello? No. Right.
He's fucking busy. I just got shushed by
I'm
Jimmy.
on the radio.
And shush me.
I can't talk right now, but yes, I will be there.
He's busy getting his cock sucked.
Ignore that. I'll be there by 2 o'clock.
Oh, did I ruin a part for you?
What?
Hope not.
No, there's no one on the phone.
You douche. You're douchey
That was good
McDouche
acting,
douche.
though, right?
You're a great actor.
No, I
Faversham.
Yeah, maybe I picked up two.
Yeah, it was a little too
driving.
soon, Jimmy.
Hello.
I can't be with you on that one.
Well, plus I never answer the phone like that. So.
Right. It's like,
no, his dramatic.
you're in luck. It just happened to
kind
be
of
ringing right after it said that.
Embarrassed, yet he wants to get the info out thing. That was good.
All right,
you were definitely
it's obvious
selling it.
that we have to go home early. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Look, before this tremendous blizzard comes blowing through.
Is there a blizzard or no?
No, there's going to be about an inch of rain.
Line of the day is brought to you.
Snow?
Yes, it's going to start snowing, if it isn't already, in our area.
Line of the day is brought to you by BowDogFantasy.net. It's College Bowl season. Put your football skills to the test with Bowdog Fantasy's College Pick'em Contest.
New copy.
New fucking copy. Register for the contest in the College Bowl Public Prize League with your Bowdog account, and you could win up to $100,000. How do you win $100,000 doing this?
You should probably go
by
ahead.
picking games correctly.
There it is. The last couple words of the copy says it all. All right, that's cool. Go to BowDogFantasy.net and get in their College Bowl season contest they're doing. All right? It's College Pick'em or something like that. College Pick'em Contest.
Pick'em.
Pick'em. Here's a runner-up line of the day.
She wrote nice things. She quoted lyrics from hot songs of the day and perfume on the letters, all that stuff. And then I find out, later on that the whole time she was banging her ex, who was the quarterback of Central.
He was behind her, and her face was pressed into the paper so hard it looked like the Shroud of Turin.
Right.
She must really love me.
Shroud of Turin. Very good.
Reverend Al Sharpton's going to have a press conference in moments.
Oh,
about the trouble he's in.
I bet he's outraged. I bet this is a...
Charges are unfounded?
Yeah. It's a witch hunt. It's unjust. It's racially motivated. Blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm. I want to pet a little llama.
Do you really?
What is that little animal?
Oh, those are one of those little things.
Stop shaking, you faggot
Look how
animal.
cute it is.
That's a paca.
It's a paca.
Alpaca.
Alpaca.
Those things are fucking ornery.
They're
Yeah, I know.
adorable. Look at his little haircut.
Yeah, but they're not even tempered, or we'd all have them as pets.
Are they ornery, really?
Oh, they're motherfuckers, I hear. They look good, but they're motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's a real baby one, too.
Well, they have his fucking mouth sewn, is held shut by the...
No, he's just wearing a little bridle to lead him around with.
Oh. I only like leashes if they're on the neck with spikes in them.
Artie
doesn't
K
look
from
very
St.
tough.
Paul writes, most of the Mets were on the list that's coming out, the Mitchell Report.
Oh, yeah?
But after their historic collapse, the commission decided they have suffered enough embarrassment for one season. That hurts.
A reindeer. Look, Rachel Ray's bringing out a big reindeer. Oh, he looks so happy to be there.
Fucking petrified.
He's a moose with a dumb hat on. Do you know how fucking annoyed he is with his antlers?
Look at his eyes. All you see are the whites of his eyes, all scared, shitless.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck? He's eating.
He's not even eating it. He's just kind of pushing it out of the guy's hand. Oh, do I want him to impale somebody with those fucking antlers?
Yeah.
He's got to
That'd be
think
great.
that God cursed him with that weird fucking antler
Big
thing on the top
fucking
of his
rack.
head.
Oh, he just wants to pull the sleigh and get the children their toys. How would all those reindeer land on a roof? They'd slide off.
I don't
They'd
know.
be killed
His
instantly.
hooves are slippery. Oh, if he charged at Rachel Ray and just impaled two of her tits, like there's more.
Exactly.
Those antlers have got to be the weirdest thing on an animal. That's the bit we'll do maybe tomorrow. Weirdest thing on an animal. I'm going to go with the antlers.
Antlers
it
are
looks
pretty
like
strange.
It fucking ran into a branch and it got stuck in his head.
Well, I'd say weirdest thing on an animal is a mouth and horse gag. Look at this fat-nosed reindeer.
I'm going to go with oven mittens, just to bring the show back to the beginning. Weirdest thing on an animal. The kangaroo pouch.
Yeah, that is
That's
silly.
a little weird, too. But antlers...
Silly.
If you just take yourself out of it a little bit and kind of think basically about antlers on a fucking thing, it's kind of weird.
Any kind of horn.
Extremely weird, yes.
Fucking any kind of horns on something. It's really weird.
It's like a hat you
Rhinoceros.
can't take off.
Yeah, you can't take off your hat. Oh, look at the little monkey.
That's Rachel Ray.
No, it's not Rachel Ray.
Well, that's what I said.
There was a little monkey on the television. Just rewind your tape about 5 minutes.
All right. Here's a runner-up line of the day.
Made for what? At 14? I'm not even completely made yet. Yeah, I'm not even cooked.
Someone is saying alpacas don't have antlers. We know.
No, we're talking about two different animals, Andy, from Kentucky.
An alpaca has a long neck.
They brought out a reindeer after the alpaca. Yeah. The final runner-up line of the day.
Who do you think? Who do you think?
Joe DiMaggio, he would inject steroids into his fist so he could hit Maryland better. Good call late in the game, these guys.
That was a good
Yeah,
one.
they're on their game today.
They don't fudge around.
BodogFantasy.net, thank you very much. Here is your line of the day.
Here
comes line of the day.
Line of the day. Line of the day.
Yeah, you're having a nervous
Cool.
breakdown. This is
If I was like a 13-year-old kid, I'd be in the bathroom doing what 13-year-old kids do.
By the way, if you're gonna have a nervous breakdown, make sure
Just might.
make sure it's around 7:30 because that's when we have-
7:30?
That's when we have our biggest audience.
All right.
All right.
You will let us know if that lamb takes a look at your little display, won't you?
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck is that from?
It's a good one.
That's going way back, no? What is that?
That was Poe and Opie.
Wow.
Why me?
I guess you might have been mocking his us, or his Ki, rather.
Oh, his
Oh, yeah.
his little yell of power.
Hey, who's giving us the money for Money Honey? We got to give them a plug, and we got to try to get contestants for this thing. It's a week from today, right?
Yep, 2,500 from Bodog.net and a 5-day ski package from SkiColoradoNow.com, right? You got it, okay. I just all in my head, I'm so smart.
Do we have any contestants for Money Honey?
One.
All right, well, she'll get all fucking $2,500 then. If she gets naked, we're going to, smear honey all over you, and then you roll around and pick up as much money as possible. Oh, we got two?
We might we might have two. I just got another email.
Contest on. $2,500 plus that trip to Colorado to ski for 5 days. That trip alone's worth $1,000, a minimum. $4,000 they're saying it's worth? $4,000 ski package.
5,000. It's going up. We'll just
Wow,
give
look
it
at this.
5,000.
Inflation.
Yeah.
How many
5,000
euros?
And $2,500 cold cash that you roll around and pick up if you're willing to get smeared with honey and wear almost anything, almost nothing. If you want to be completely naked, that would be an extra bonus for us in studio.
I'm getting a report. It's ice storming out. Leave the city.
Really?
That's what I just heard.
Oh, no.
That's my reports that are coming in. And that's not a weather.
Oh, God damn. Was that you?
Yeah.
What happened?
Holy shit, it sounded like a Top Fuel dragster warming up its tires. You farted like...
Bubbles.
It was weird.
You fart bubbles too?
I just did.
I didn't hear it.
It was my asshole was thinking in a cartoon.
Mine come out sometimes like bubbles in like a mud pit.
Oh.
Yeah. Then
Exactly.
they come to the surface and just bloop. Money Honey is a week from today, so ladies, if you want in on this contest, need a few extra bucks and possibly a trip to Colorado, come on. All you have to do is kind of get naked or get naked. Please get naked. And then you smear honey all over your body, and then you roll around the fucking studio for, I don't know, a couple minutes, and whatever is stuck to your body, you get to keep.
Then you show your titties.
Yeah.
Show your fucking titties. Everybody sucks them.
All right, how do people do this?
Suck your titties.
Travis, you can email Travis at foundrymusic.com.
That's it? And,
Yeah.
and who's in the contest?
Red Rum is one of the contestants, I believe. So,
Oh, nice.
so as
Sexy
far as
Red
getting
Rum.
nude, we already have someone setting the bar.
She'll
Red Rum.
fucking drive nude from Jersey. She rules.
Yeah, she'll get naked. She'll walk into the building naked.
I miss her on Pal Talk. I want to start seeing her again.
She's not shy. So,
I love Red Rum.
all right.
All right, it just hit me.
What are you doing?
Jimmy's percolating.
That was from before. I have not farted again.
No, that's what happened. It took a while to get over here. It was so thick and viscous.
Yeah.
It's like Pepe Le Pew's fucking coloring that comes off his tail. Took that long to get over here.
Hey, Coke Logic, because I guess he's privy to some fine inside information. Or maybe not. Maybe everyone can do this. The O&A Shorts on iTunes. The O&A Shorts podcast is kicking Bob Edwards' ass.
Good.
How many views, Coke Logic?
Coke Logic is good.
Bob Edwards. Yeah, how many?
XM is prominently displayed on iTunes all this week as they
nice.
Launch their podcast business.
Go and support that, because it'll be better for the show and stuff if you go and support that podcast. You know?
Gonna go learn the podcast business.
Mike!
I'm just waiting for an answer, then we can leave.
You don't go to iTunes and run out of steam on a bit like that. Wow. Did I fucking hit a wall? The wall was called The Reality of Mediocre Talent. I fucking ran chin and no writing pen first into it. Fucking cunt. Can I finish the thought before I say it?
I don't think we're going to get our answer. How long? Are we on a delay? How long is our delay?
How long it takes to bounce off the satellite? A few seconds.
What, Steve?
Oh,
Why are you-
Steve is suggesting that perhaps in the meantime.
Well,
we
in the
hear
meantime,
Derek's
did you play Derek's Anthony home defense bit?
Oh, I thought that was old.
No, it's new.
All right, we'll play it tomorrow.
Yeah, because the storm.
I don't know how many views, but when you sort by popularity, the shorts are first.
Thanks.
All right, so whoever is checking out the Coke Logic's animation on iTunes, thank you very much.
Thank you. And thanks, Coke Logic. He does great work.
Yes, he does.
And thanks to us for being talented enough to make cartoons out of. I think he needs to be heard. So that Coke Logic deserves an apology.
Turn your friends on to the O&A Shorts. They're being featured on iTunes, the front page in the podcast section. We're out of here. Oh, Cinnamon Challenge. Keep pushing that video for us. It's getting ready to go viral. We're almost there. What's it called again? Best Cinnamon Challenge ever. E-Rock chokes on Opie and Anthony. You can find it on YouTube, break.com. Where else there, Steve?
OpieandAnthony.com, LiveLeak.com, LiveVideo.com, fucking 30 other sites. I don't.
Really? It's good. It's getting out there. This one.
It's a lot of places.
And what's the feedback so far from those guys? Because these guys have seen it all, but are they impressed?
Well,
a
I don't
little
know.
bit?
I mean, like anonymous internet feedback. It's all
No.
fake.
I'm talking about the people that run the websites that you are in contact with.
they
Are
like
they
it.
sort of impressed?
Yeah, they like it
because they've seen everything.
Yeah, they like it.
But we think we have a good one on our hands. E-Rock Almost Dying is good.
Yeah,
it's good for everybody.
E-Rock Dying is great.
Yeah, well,
that's not very nice.
I was kidding.
No, you weren't.
Eric, I'm sorry.
All right, get us out of here.
Da 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 da
Paper Warbird, plywood paper. Would you like an apple pie with that? Would you like an apple pie with that? Ding by the dun, ding by the dun, ding by the dun, ding by the dun. I gotta run, I gotta run, I gotta run, I gotta run. Don't bump it back and hop at it, really hurt bad. No, you can't grab that. Would you like an apple pie with that? Would you like an apple pie with that? Where is the bell? Wait for the bell. There is the bell. Where is the bell? Ding by the dun, ding by the dun, ding by the dun, ding by the dun. I was a game making paper whoppers, plywood paper. Would you like an apple pie with that? Would you like an apple pie with that? Ding by the dun, ding by the dun, ding by the dun, ding by the dun.
In 2002, darkness covered the land.
The Catholic League is praising Infinity Broadcasting for canceling the Opie and Anthony show.
And evil reigned supreme.
Hoo-hoo, Robin!
Until one day, they returned, and all hell broke loose.
Bullshit! Can you hear me? I'm Jim Norton, and I'm on the radio. Shut up. One Wednesday, I picked up a guy in a dress, and he sucked my dick. You just sit back and watch what happens next.
Opie.
Shut up, shut up.
Anthony.
Away with you! Away! Away! Leave! Leave the fucking studio!
Jim Norton.
Every one of you is a time-wasting cocktease.
I will beat children about the head.
And the O&A Army.
Our fans are a bunch of jackasses.
3 men leading an army from the pits of darkness.
You are shit. You are worthless.
We're all losing it.
I could give a fuck.
Fighting the evil nemesis, poisoning the land.
You're just a little scumbag, and I'll just spit in your fucking face. I'd love to spit in your fucking face.
Fuck him!
And a battle that almost separated them forever.
I'm an actor.
You're insane. You don't know how a show works, and then you have these stupid opinions.
I understand you trying to do a radio show.
We're not gonna do that, you ass!
Aw, don't get all angry and yell.
Jim, you're fucking pissing me off. Whatever.
Holy shit.
What happens when love pushes you over the edge?
I gotta feel the tits!
Nowhere to run.
Who is this idiot on the radio?
Nowhere to hide.
You're shit out of luck.
And no way out.
Dance, motherfucker, dance.
Yeah, look at my cock.
The most anticipated thriller of the year.
Give to me the money, I will make for you the like I fuck.
No!
The Opie and Anthony Show. Rated R for retarded.